in a
spy report,
or even a
sweaty news update. Take your pick.
Billy Staples, the king of comedy, is missing.
We have no William S. Staples. It's our show.
Billy Staples, who Fez and I begged, and I will say this, begged all last week not to do that Norton show.
Ronnie, let's tell the audience this. Begged him on and off the air. The discussions were even more serious in the office. Don't do this show in Red Bank, New Jersey.
He is missing. MIA. The only real reports I caught was from O&A in the hallway, who I don't believe they were at the show. From what they heard, it was somewhat brutal.
Just hideous. I guess they're getting their own spy reports from the listeners, of course, that showed up to see Jimmy Norton, who I understand very funny again.
Did Norton do well, or did the whole show bomb? Was it one of those deals? There's nothing Billy could have done, Fez.
With that crowd. Nobody, not even Norton, was able to work that crowd. Who knows what happened at the Count Basie Theater Saturday night?
Well, I'm getting some instant feedback set in that are pretty ugly.
Yeah? People at the show? Or people just talking about Billy and his family?
Both.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit of everything.
Oh, good.
But once again now, Billy missing time from the show. How much time can he miss and still be a part of this program?
He has basically taken the summer off like he's in the third grade. Like a fat elementary school kid, he has taken the summer off. And was warned repeatedly, people.
All right, here's Eric. Eric, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Eric.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Got a spy report.
All right, let me...
Spy report. Spy report.
Okay, yesterday Norton said that Billy did ask to be on the bill.
Oh, that Norton did not come to Billy as we were told?
Billy said half-jokingly that he'd like to be on the show, and I guess Norton felt a little uncomfortable. And
all right, now, all right, I had taken Norton aside and said, no joke, don't feel like you have to put Billy on the show for me and Fez. We don't even want him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing that happened off the air.
Well, I think you've been duped again by the Staples man.
All right, so he's basically bottoming out again. But did we say you did not bring this up to Norton? Because he doesn't belong on that bill.
Right, we said, you better not have bore-ass Jimmy Norton into putting you on that show. And Norton thinking he's obligated because he's friends with us.
There you go.
All right, thank you, Eric. All right, so I consider Norton responsible for Billy missing again.
No sign of Billy Staples again tonight. After what we're beginning to hear was a horrific night in Red Bank.
Well, at least an off night. Definitely an off night. Mike, you're on the Fez.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
17485.
All right.
Hoo-ah!
And spy report.
All right.
Spy report.
Yeah, I was at the show on Saturday. I mean, he got wrecked as soon as he walked to the mic. He even resorted to showing his Staples card to the crowd.
Oh, God.
The whole crowd starts chanting, whip him out, whip him out. He shows a scar.
Pardon me while I cringe. He pulled up his shirt at the Count Basie Theater, Ronnie. Is the latest.
I don't understand.
No wonder he's not showing his face today.
Here's Sharon. Sharon, you're on the Fez.
Sharon.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
I just wanted to know, why was he reprimanded from doing the show?
He wasn't reprimanded. We asked him not to do the show because we know Billy and we know how he gets, and we knew this was going to happen to him.
And let's face some facts, Sharon. We put him to the test last week. We gave away tickets to the Norton show if Billy couldn't make people laugh. He didn't make one person laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's not even not getting laughed, but then Billy, he apparently walked off, and when he walks off, he, let's just say, trots down the steps.
Billy Staples at the Count Basie Theater on Saturday Not good spy reports coming in.
Here's John, you're on Run of Fez.
And now missing. Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
I was there, and Billy Staples was the only one that bombed. Norton and Voss both ruled. It was just Staples.
Really?
And he was wearing a big orange shirt. He looked like a giant pumpkin.
All right, so that's a problem.
Yeah,
I've
he looked
seen
like
that.
complete ass.
Big,
Only a boy
stupid
named
orange-
Linus with a blanket was glad to see him.
Yeah,
I don't know
and-
why he would wear that big dumb orange shirt, and I've seen him wear that before.
No, it was horrendous. And the other thing is, he did make some people laugh because the audience heckled the crap out of him.
What were they saying? What were some of the things you can repeat?
Were they joyously attacking him?
They were ripping into him like a lion and a gazelle. It's horrible.
Big fat staple gazelle.
All right, thanks, John.
All right, see you later, guys.
877-692-1027.
Jim, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, the minute Voss mentioned his name, everybody just started screaming like, Staples, now! As soon as
I blame
he walked
myself.
Out, they were booing him. He didn't even say a word. He got one joke off
What was that?
about how colonoscopy is a pain in the ass. And that was the opener. And then right after that, everybody was booing, heckling, screaming. And he was trying to, like, basically bribe the crowd just to stop and let him get his material out.
It sounds like he started out trying to do Maury Amsterdam jokes.
It was a piss. And then, like, everybody just started chanting for Voss to come back out.
Well, sure.
And then he came back out.
Everybody loves the Panther Boy.
Finally, Voss is hearing the chance. The
Billy
praise.
actually came back on stage a second time.
Billy came out twice?
Yeah, he goes, these are his exact words. He goes, fine, if you don't want me to tell the jokes, then F off. He put the mic in the stand and walked off stage. Voss came out and then, did a couple more jokes. Then Staples came back out, and then that was the only other joke he got off was some kind of slut joke.
So did Voss bring him back out, or did he walk back out?
It was kind of like, you can see the big orange shirt by the curtain. Stick it out. And then Voss kind of, said, come on back out, try again, blah, blah. But when he came walking out the second time, everybody started cheering him. So I thought he was going to get a little respect, but no. As soon as he grabbed the mic out of the stand, it was over again.
So they were cheering like
oh my God.
he's coming back.
So Voss had to talk a retard back onto stage.
Basically, yeah. And like the one guy said, they started chanting, whip him out, he pulled up his shirt.
Oh, God.
And,
awful. And you know what pisses me off? Billy will consider that an encore.
Now, here's the bad thing. We know Billy's missing, and we know how he gets when he's missing from the show.
Yeah.
He's probably been drinking since about 9:15 Saturday night.
I just hope it's just drinking this time.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Say it.
All right, thanks, Jim. Thanks for the spy report.
Here's Jay. Jay, you're on Run of Fez.
Jay, what can we do for you?
Yeah.
2424.
Oh, buddy.
I was at the Count Basie Theater Saturday night, and everybody was just chanting, a-hole, a-hole, and then I was giving him a chance, but then he came out with this bit that Dave Attell did, who said, everybody did say nine, and they said, we know who all the sluts are in the room. They're just poor. It's awful.
So you actually recognized his material from somebody else.
Oh, God.
Right,
so at that point, Billy's in a panic.
Yeah.
And has now resorted to Dave Attell material?
Yeah.
Is this what we're getting?
He's suddenly running into his Def Comedy Jam days. He flashed back. He flashed back when he was working at Chitlin Circuit. Here's Mike, the science teacher. You were there, Mike?
Yeah, I got the spy report.
All right, buddy.
What's going on, Mike, the science teacher?
Well, it was the most surreal experience I've ever seen in my life for any comedy show. I've seen Regan, I've seen Carlin, and it was, number one, it was a tough room. Voss got heckled like crazy, but that's part of Voss's act. He's got the microphone, he puts it right back to them, and then he gets the cheers. Same with Norton. Even people weren't leaving him Norton alone. You know what kind of crowd it was.
It's a rough O&A crowd.
Exactly.
Sure.
So they're shouting,
nice
be
folks.
more funny and stuff like that. But
And we told Billy going in, we go, this is going to be a rough O&A crowd. All their gigs are always rough.
It was very, very rough. It was a drunk crowd. When Voss came on, half the audience was still on the beer line.
Right.
And I even took out a bank deposit slip and wrote down some quotes. Billy could have been good. It was about 50-50 boos and applause. And a lot of the audience was there to see Norton, but some of the people obviously really didn't know about Billy Staples. But he went out, tried to do some things, but then he said a couple things like, you guys aren't going to laugh at anything I said. Then he
that's
said,
positive reinforcement.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Be a crybaby about it.
And I know Billy's probably listening. He's, I like the guy. So
Only if he turned a bottle into a radio, but go ahead.
But then he said, this so effing blows. Then he said, F you want Boss back, and then the place went crazy. Boss came out. He did about 5 minutes more material. Actually, about 2 minutes more material. He said, you want Billy back? There was big applause and boos. Billy came back out and said, and then the chant started, the A-hole, which even with a microphone, it was deafening. And he just looked at the crowd, put the microphone at his side, and then just walked off. And my wife was almost in tears.
Oh, God.
I'm getting chills. Sorry about that. I'm getting chills just...
the science teacher got electrocuted.
Yeah, right. That was God or something. I mean, it was really like seeing a comedy act during on the beach during the invasion of Saving Private Ryan or something. I mean, it was...
You know...
The only analogy I can...
But see, at no point should anyone ever cry during a comedy show or think of a gory war movie.
Well, I tell you, like you said, Ron, Billy was saying, I'm great, I do the paintball and everything like that. You had a great quote from the other night. You said, doing that is one thing. Entertaining people with your wit is another thing.
We just knew this was going to happen to him, especially with this crowd.
Stand-up is torture. You've done it. You've owned the clubs. You've done the gigs. I mean, some nights you're just going to... But Billy's fatal mistake, and I got to say, this was feeding into that. These guys were like, sharks... Listen, blood. And when he said, you guys aren't going to laugh at anything I say, are you? I mean, it was like the kid in the school auditorium trying out at the talent show. It was just brutal. I don't know. I mean, I'm literally like
during
shaking
the attack
right
in
now,
Normandy.
just recalling the experience.
He's shaking. That's like a rape. Like he saw a rape take place.
It was like my wife. She was like, oh my God, she met him. I met him once, and he's a nice guy, and he writes funny stuff. But, man, stand-up is a whole different universe.
Well, especially that crowd. It's like Farrakhan going to a JDL meeting. It's just not going to happen.
Even Norton. There was a guy in the fifth row the whole time, and Norton finally addressed him and told him to shut the F up. Got huge applause. I mean, I even saw Carlin heckled once, the god of comedy. But this was just like, no one shut up during... There was I would say there was not 1 30-second time span in the entire night where people weren't shouting out the whole thing.
From what we've heard, they would have shut up if you just handled them. It's like they were begging to be put back in their place. They wanted to spar.
All right, Fez, let me ask you something. Are you even slightly shocked? Did you not paint this whole picture for him? On and off I saw you in the office taking your time going, Billy, no kidding. It's going to be a rough crowd. It's the O&A crowd. You know that they're ball busters. And you can't handle that.
This happened. This went down exactly how Ronnie and I saw it. We might as well be those criminal psychics. We're Minority Report. We saw the murder before it happened.
We're the precogs.
We're the precogs. We saw exactly how this brutal slaying was going to happen, and we should have arrested everyone for the pre-murder of Billy Staples on Saturday night.
It's like all last week, Fez and I were laying naked in a pool going, murder! Murder!
We were naked in a pool of milky water, wearing headsets and explaining that there was going to be a brutal slaying.
So the word we got on Billy is what? He's not coming in?
Rory Hamptons, come over to the microphone, please. And tell the little foreign woman if she'd like to empty the garbage can, she can. She doesn't have to keep waving to me. Go ahead.
I spoke to him because, he usually comes in early.
Doesn't matter what nationality she is.
Just let her know.
Go ahead.
And, he was late, like he usually comes in at a certain time and stuff. And
so you called him, right?
I called him because I was worried. I didn't know where the heck he was.
First of all, that's no little foreign woman. That's Wonder Boy.
Oh. He's wearing his hair different. So you talked to Billy.
Yes, I did. And he sounded really bad. Like, he sounded like he was down, he was slurring his words.
Why isn't he at work?
He was slurring?
And he said he just couldn't possibly come in at all. And I was like, today? What? When are you going to come in? He's like, I don't know. I just need some time to myself.
All right, here's the thing. Him bombing at his comedy career, which he went out of his way to tell us, this has nothing to do with the show. I've done this many times before I got involved in radio.
That's a good impression.
Okay, fine. But now he's missing this work because his feelings got hurt at the Norton show.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying.
So, like, Fez and I are not supposed to have a phone person because Billy had a bad show.
Because we told him to go do something he shouldn't have been doing.
It's not like he's faking that he's injured at the Long Island Railroad. This has nothing to do with this. He had a 4-day weekend, and yet he couldn't recover from bombing.
Why do we have to suffer for all his many, many, many failures?
I don't know. I don't know what he's, he just really sounded messed up.
So he just said there's no way he's coming in tonight.
Yeah, he said
he needed more time.
He said he needed a lot more time just to think about what happened.
What's the thing about he bombed?
That's what I said. I was like, Billy, you knew it was going to happen.
I've never seen anyone stop to reconsider their life more and do less with it than Billy Staples. No one contemplates more than him. Monks don't contemplate as much as he does.
But he definitely did sound a little messed up. So I don't know what he's doing there.
Party, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
So he's all slurry, you said?
I wouldn't even, I said probably more than drinking, too.
You know what? Even his AA sponsor would tell him to drink for this. Why don't we get you drinking for a while? Then maybe you'll forget what happened to you. We'll work on the drinking. But we can't work on your act.
So what happened, Billy? You better have a shot. Make it a double.
If he went to a meeting, everybody would start drinking. Rob, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Rob. Score holder 1390. I was at the show. Everything everybody said is true. Billy had 2 sets, but they were really quick. Total, maybe 4 minutes.
2 sets in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's what I like. 4 minutes of being booed, and he can't come to work, 48 hours later? Even more, like 72 hours.
He was totally frustrated, and at the very end, the last thing he did was walk away with his back turned, giving everybody the finger. And it wasn't even a high finger, it was like a low finger.
Oh, you know what he's doing, Fezzy? He's suddenly Britney Spears of Mexico.
Gotta go, guys. Love you, Jake. Bye.
So he's wandering off the stage, right? And we haven't been able to find him.
Shane, come back. I think when he was riding away, he was gut shot. How far do you think he got before he stopped for a bottle?
God, where's the nearest bar in Red Bank?
Oh, I don't even think it was a bar. I think it was straight into a liquor store. And he was drinking it while he was standing in line.
The beer stand at Count Basie. He's standing in line with the people that were actually booing and heckling him.
Oh, God. Janice, you're on Fez.
Janice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went there just to support Billy.
Nice. That's nice of you.
Everybody was hounding him so bad. And I want to be a stand-up comic. But, man, he was so bad.
So you're actually blaming Billy, not the audience?
Well, the audience, they were really rough on him, too. I mean, the guy, the first couple of minutes, couldn't even get 2 words in because everybody was just heckling him so hard.
What were some of the heckles, Janice?
Oh, gosh. They were just screaming Staples now and just calling him an a-hole. And just, I felt sorry for him for like 2 seconds. And, then he started, he tried to be the tough guy.
Did he handle it with dignity?
No.
No.
Has he handled anything with dignity? Give me one thing he's handled with dignity.
Meatballs?
I felt bad for him.
That's it.
Thank you, Janice.
You guys are awesome.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Good luck with your stand-up career.
All right, here's the Panther Boys on the line for us. Richard Voss.
Rich Voss, of course, hosted the show Saturday night in Red Bank, New Jersey.
Who we begged.
Yes.
And said this was going to happen. And begged Voss. We begged Norton. And now Billy's a no-show. Richard Voss, you're on the air, buddy.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Voss, you cost us a big fat phone screener.
Well, I had nothing to do with the booking of the show. I was just hosting it. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
O&A crowds are the best crowds once you get them. You understand? I mean, they're brutal when you walk out.
Right.
Well, you got to work for them.
You got to work. You got to show them that you're not cheap. You know what?
But you know what, Rich? That is well known because those guys treat O&A that way when they show up places. They're always a rough crowd.
I mean, they're there to have a good time. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you know what it is? Billy walked out. He had fear on his face. You know what I mean? He walked out in fear.
Fear, and I would guess mustard.
What's that?
Did he have fear on his face or beer on his face?
No, he had fear. After that show, he needs like a 24-step program.
There's not enough steps. He needs an elevator.
You know what? I'm not trashing Billy because Billy's a good guy, but you know what it is? He just didn't handle it right. You know, people out there, listen, I walked out to boo, you stink, all that crap. I do it all the time, right? But you just got to show them, that you're not scared. And look, he was sweating, and they could see it on him, and they just tore him to pieces. But
they smelled the fear.
Oh yeah, it was unbelievable.
What happened with him actually getting booed off twice?
Well, you know what it was? He went off the stage, and then I walked out. I said, "This is like the White Apollo."
Right.
And it was like unbelievable.
Rich, how did he leave the stage the first time?
How did he leave the stage?
Yeah.
Thinking about getting job applications.
Right.
Depressed. He was really depressed. You could see he was depressed because no comic wants to do a show and have that happen. Nobody. The worst is after the show, though, when you're standing there, he's standing next to me, and I thought he was going to hurt my CD sales. I told him he had to walk,
Get away from me! You're stinking up sales.
It's like Martha Stewart hanging around on Wall Street. Nobody, and suddenly you're an untouchable.
Well, you know what it is. They walk up and they look at me. They go, "Great show," and they look at him and they keep walking. And he couldn't handle that. And if he's listening now, I'm not trashing him. I'm only telling you exactly what happened.
If he's listening now, he's so drunk he doesn't know what's happening.
If he's listening, he's convinced them to turn the show on in the bar.
He walked off the stage. They were, and then I went back on, did a couple of minutes. I said, and I saw him standing there, watching the pro work. And I said, you know what, Billy, why don't we bring Billy back? Let's give him another shot.
You're cruel.
What's that?
You did that on purpose, right?
You did that to tease a retard.
No, I thought that the audience would calm down after, he came back out. I thought maybe.
You wanted him to do well because you're a nice person.
Yeah, I didn't want him to leave. After you drive forever to get to a gig, you rent a car. This is a big gig for him.
I forgot he rented a car.
He rented a car. I think he even ironed a shirt for this one. I'm not sure.
His big orange shirt? Everybody seems to bring up this big dumb orange shirt.
And, so I said, let's bring him back to, because maybe I thought they would calm down. And, if he went back out, boom, boom, hit him. See, I don't know his style of comedy. You cannot tell a story. And another thing, when a crowd is yelling at you and booing and screaming, you cannot say, hey, if you listen, this will be funny.
Right, ever.
I know a comic who's a great comic who's on Saturday Night Live now. In the beginning, when he came up here, he was at a club, and they were booing. He said, if you listen, you'll find us funny. And someone stood up and yelled, he's wounded, let's get him.
Right.
Horatio Sands.
What's that?
Horatio Sands.
No, he's
he's a comic.
He's a comic. He's large. Anyhow, so you can't say to the audience.
Is he doing impressions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say to an audience, hey,
Hammond.
be quiet and listen, or not to O&A audience.
Darryl
You
Hammond.
can't tell them. I didn't say any names.
No, you're not. You're not going to be able to do that. And we told him that going in. But I mean, he went into this room unarmed. He didn't have material. And did he actually, Rich? I want you to tell us the truth. Did he kind of guilt Norton into putting him in this gig?
Oh, I had to tell you the truth. I know nothing about the booking of this.
Yes,
gig.
you do. You know everything. You know everything.
No. I mean, I'm sure he just wanted to give Billy a shot. I've been working
in the back.
What's that?
A shot in the back.
All right, boss. If we have to get people out with flashlights and stuff looking for Billy, can you join in the hunting party?
Oh yeah, I think he's going to be fine. He'll recover from this. You know what he'll do? He'll go do a spot somewhere. He'll get some laughs, and he'll realize that he's not a total failure. Just that night he was. That's all. He'll realize it.
Where's your next gig? The Optimist Club? Is that where you're working?
Well, man, I'm trying to be positive.
You are being positive.
I don't want the guy to go out and drink and do anything stupid. It's only a gig.
Apparently it's already happened for 3 days. Not that you and Norton care. You guys killed. You guys killed from what everyone says.
Yeah, you're not going to be anywhere on the boat when Ronnie and I are dragging the river.
I don't want to drag the river for another producer.
But you guys had nothing to do with any of this either, did you, huh?
How could we? Because I've got emails saying that, we're responsible for trying to talk him out of this?
I can't count the amount of times we said don't do it.
Told you exactly what, and I'll tell you this. O&A knew it was going to happen. Everybody who knows Billy knew this was going to happen.
It was, you know what? You know what? He was on stage, right? Someone was going,
now it's funny.
This is funny. They're going, you stink, you start, whatever, you know. I get off the stage, F you. And me and Norton are standing backstage, right? And Billy yells, what did you say?
Please repeat your heckle.
And Norton looks at me and says, what do you think they said? You're great. We love you. Right? I was in tears. What did you yell for?
Sure. What did you say?
What did you say?
Well, he's stalling for time and sweating through his bright orange shirt.
What is he, the next Daryl Hammond?
Oh, Daryl's hilarious.
Yeah, right.
If you would just listen.
Oh, man. Well,
right,
anyhow,
Richard.
listen, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, see you later.
All right.
Thanks, Rich Voss.
Poor Billy right now is just walking streets of Las Vegas with a big shopping cart full of alcohol, all different. He's got tequila, he's got whiskey, he's pouring it on himself and his hooker girlfriend.
I came here to drink myself to death.
That's his opening joke. This is it. This is Billy on stage.
I kept running out of booze and the store would be closed because I forget to look at my watch.
Want a drink? I'm having one.
Don't you think you'll get a little bored living with a drunk?
I don't know, Fez.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Red Bank audiences are the best.
Here's Rob. Rob, you're on the Fez.
Rob.
Hey, guys. You know, I enjoy you guys, but you guys have pissed me off tonight. You kind of suck.
Why is this, Rob?
Well, let me put it to you this way. You didn't want him to do it. You knew it was going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But you guys went out of your way to make an ass of him on the air last week.
Rob,
and set him up, and you gave him no chance at all.
Rob, we weren't there, and if you think we have any power over the O&A audience or over Norton's comedy crowd, you're out of your mind. I don't care if you went out there with a whip and a chair, you're going to have a tough time.
No, I understand that, but I mean, you guys went out of your way on the air every night last week
to talk them out of this.
I understand that, but it was almost like you were begging the O&A audience to abuse this guy.
No, let me tell you. That crowd was probably already sold out before Billy did this.
Well, you know, I mean, that's possible.
But you know what? You're going to play into his head and make him think, oh, yeah, it wasn't his fault. This was some kind of a prank.
Well, I mean,
it wasn't.
Even the show tonight, man, if he's listening to this, you guys are crapping all over him. You know, chill a little bit, huh?
Rob, if he's listening to this, he should be fired.
Well, maybe it's better then.
You don't not show up for work, and he's done this how many times?
Well,
constantly.
I feel for the guy.
Maybe why don't you hire him?
Well, you know, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, let me be honest with you. I don't like O&A if the audience is a bunch of dirtbags, and so are they. So I'm not.
Why attack them? They have nothing to do with this.
I mean, I just don't like them or their audience. That's all.
But this has nothing to do with anything. Now you're sounding like him. You're being bitter.
Rob, all we did last week was with the Make Me Laugh thing was try to show Billy that he's not funny. We tried to convince him he's not funny and before he walked into the Lions.
Knowing you aren't going to talk him out of it, why don't you ease up and just let it roll? And let's let it happen. Don't add fuel to the fire. It's like throwing raw meat in front of those people.
Rob, this is exactly what was going to happen. The precogs predicted this. The O&A crowd has always been a rough crowd. And Voss knows this, and I'll tell you, I mean, the whole thing without Voss and your actor, whatever. I met Voss many, many years ago, like in the mid-'80s, maybe even early 80s. He's been a stand-up for a long time. He's got to turn that crowd around. Billy wasn't ready, and we told him he wasn't ready. And we told him off the air.
And he still wanted to do it. He's a big boy.
No, I understand everything you guys are saying.
And you know what? I'm not blaming anybody. He knows where he went. So you can't only start saying, okay, there was 1,500 bad people there. They went to the kind of show that they know where they were going to be at.
I understand.
We'll talk to you later, Rob.
That's all.
Thanks, Rob.
Then take care of him.
It's just another example, Ronnie, of people aren't responsible for themselves anymore. Fat people are suing McDonald's. Smokers sue the tobacco company.
Fez, the Ron Festival of Rock and Ribs is coming up.
It's going to be Friday night, August 23rd, Hard Rock Cafe, West 57th Street in Manhattan.
Now, if you want to get some tickets to this, Tenacious C is out tonight with tickets.
Oh, very nice.
She's hanging out on the at the Guitar Center on Route 22 in Springfield, New Jersey, until 9 o'clock tonight. Stop by and pick up some tickets for the Ron and Festival of Rock and Ribs Showcase at the Hard Rock Cafe, Manhattan. Now, it's only while supplies last. She'll be with there till 9 tonight. We got her on the phone right now. Hey, Tenacious, say how you doing, honey?
Hey, guys, good.
Hi,
Thank
Steve.
you. Hey, Fez.
You're at the Guitar Center with the NEW Road Crew?
Oh, yeah, we're here. We've already had a bunch of people come down.
All right, so it's tonight till 9 o'clock you're going to be there?
Yeah, we're only going to be here till 9.
All right, who's all there, Tenacious C?
I got Mike and Rachel.
Oh, nice. Is Kimmy Gibbler going to be there tonight, or
is she part of the Road Crew tonight at the Guitar Center?
Apparently, no. We've had to pull all her spots. So.
What happened?
What do you mean pull all her stuff? What does that mean?
I don't know what happened.
All right,
She disappeared.
All right, Tenacious C, you going to be showing off C tonight?
I don't know. Maybe if everybody's lucky. They have to come down and see me, and I'll see.
And I'll see.
I'll see if you see. Her see.
All right, Tenacious C, stop by, pick up some tickets, and basically they're all gone, right? This is how we're going to do it. We're going to do some giveaways at the Guitar Center.
Yep.
And then some on the air.
Yep. All right, so Tenacious C has a limited supply of tickets to the Ron and Festival of Rock and Ribs.
All right, so head over and see her at Guitar Center on Route 22 in Springfield, New Jersey, until 9 o'clock tonight. Thanks a lot, C. We'll talk to you later, okay, honey?
See you guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Tenacious C.
Bye, Fez.
Here's Jerry. Jerry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Jerry.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What can we do for you tonight?
Hey, I was just wondering, is there any way to get tickets if I can't make it to the Springfield Guitar Center?
I think we're going to have a couple of Guitar Center giveaways and then just some game shows on the air.
Oh, okay.
All right?
All right.
So besides the Guitar Centers, we'll have some to give away on the Ron and Fez show.
Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Dave. Dave.
What's going on, fellas?
What can we do for you, buddy?
Well, my band Niobe's in it, and you're in the Ron and Festival, so I just wanted to promote them. We're number 59. Vote for One God for a Nation. Get us up in there. We'll tear the place down.
All right, what's the name of the band?
Niobe. We're number 59. The song, if you have it, play One God for a Nation if you can.
One God for a Nation. Do we have that, Rory?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah means he knows where it's at.
Yeah. All right, if you go to ronfez.net, you will be able to check out this band. Where are you guys playing out of, Dave?
What's going on?
Where do you guys play out of?
Oh, well, mostly based in the Bronx. I'm from Queens.
Uh-huh.
But
What's the
we
sound?
bring together a really tribal, hard sound up on stage. It's a very powerful stage show.
All right, what's the name of the song?
One God for a Nation.
All right, we're going to play some of it, Dave.
All right, thanks a lot.
Hold on.
All right, this is Niobe. Niobe in the competition on ronfez.net.
Now, you got to go to ronfez.net, you sign up and you vote. How many bands do we have up there now, Rory? What are we looking at? Oh, Rory left the room?
Rory left the room.
All right, so I believe the voting ends tomorrow, and we pick 5 bands tomorrow night.
So we'll probably have that announcement for you coming up real soon.
Here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Andrew, what can we do for you?
Andrew, going?
Andrew? No Andrew.
All
right. No Andrew.
Here's Troy. Troy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Troy.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Big ass card holder 4540.
Hoo-ah! There's your hoo-ah, Troy. What can we do for you?
Well, this is what I can do for Billy. Listen, I've been studying radio. I love you guys to death, but I want to invite Billy to take a computer class with me in Nassau Community College. He lives right near there. It's over for the guy. He really needs it.
All right,
can we send Billy to Fairleigh Dickinson?
I love the way people actually blame us for this happening, and the fact that Billy doesn't show up for work and tells Rory he doesn't know when he's going to be back in, and he's trying to get his head together.
He needs time, Ronnie.
How many gigs in your life can you ever work where you could get your head together.
And just take time. Come and go as you feel free to.
You know, here's the thing. Buzz and I aren't running a training program where we're helping people grow into better people. Well, you're supposed to come here with skills and sell those skills to us.
With something. Bring something to the table.
And yet, Fez, it comes across more like it's you and I just trying to help people get through the bad times.
Mm-hmm. Sure. We're counselors. We're grief counselors.
All right, here's Billy's best friend, the Ass Man.
Oh, nice.
Ass Man! Ass Man.
Buddy.
How you doing, Ass Man?
I feel bad for Billy. Did anybody check the dumpsters out back at the Count Basie Theater, see if he fell into one of them?
He's laying next to Count Basie right now.
I feel bad for Billy. Billy is funny. Don't get me wrong. Billy is one of the funniest guys, person to person. I mean, if in a small crowd, he's funny. He's really hysterical.
How small? Just you and him?
I mean, talking in small crowds. When he's dealing with, the crowds that hang out with, the show and everything, he's funny. But
too bad he couldn't go one-on-one with the audience. The Count Basie.
He doesn't have that killer shark instinct like you guys were saying before on stage. He doesn't have it. He doesn't go out, he doesn't go out there with the intention to get the audience on his side.
Ass Man, you're his best friend. Did you try to talk him out of this?
I tried to, try to pass on some wisdom that maybe he should try out smaller venues. Try baby steps. Don't just jump into a Voss and Norton
Smaller venues, bigger pants. That's what I would suggest to Billy.
All right, this guy Johnny writes in, you guys crapped on Billy just for your own self. You guys would murder someone for ratings. How is Billy tubing at that gig helping us in any way? Or not showing up?
If we were going for ratings, we would have Billy in here, and we would be killing him tonight for embarrassing the show.
And then we would also not be running best ofs 5 hours a day before we came in and do it. Ass Man, your phone's too bad to have you on.
All right, I'll put the inside device.
All right, see you later.
Thanks, Ass Man. And I just want to reiterate that this, people are saying you set Billy up on the air. Ronnie and I tried to convince him off the air, in the office, up until the last minute Thursday night before we went away for a long weekend. Don't do this gig. It's a hostile environment.
Here's Suzanne. Suzanne, you're on Ron and Fez.
Suzanne.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Good. I was actually just calling to see if I could get a ticket even without a big-ass card at Springfield Guitar Center tonight.
No, you don't have to be a big-ass card holder. All you got to do is show up there.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So,
I'm still waiting for it in the mail, so.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just head on over. Ask for Tenacious C, Guitar Center on Route 22 in Springfield.
Very good.
Okay, she'll be there till 9 o'clock.
All right?
I'll see you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Look for the C. 877-692-1027.
Devin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, Devin.
Number 5667 coming at you.
All right, pal.
Yeah, I'm in the band Red Menace that you played a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to thank you for playing us in the air because we got a lot of response from it.
Oh, great. I'm glad to hear that, Devin.
Yeah, we've played Best Seat in the House. We were on the air, and we'd like people to vote for us, number 60 on the website.
All right, thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The bands are picked tomorrow. How many bands are up there right now?
We have 326 bands up there.
326.
Wow.
Picking 5.
Going down to 5.
That can't be easy.
Is this tomorrow night they get picked?
Tomorrow night, by the beginning of the show, the voting is done, and then they're going to tally up the votes, and we'll have 5 lucky bands.
So we'll be able to make that announcement on tomorrow's show.
Yes, we will.
And those bands will join Ronnie and I on stage. They'll play the Ron and Festival of Rock and Ribs at the Hard Rock Cafe on the 23rd.
That is correct.
Nice. Nice for them.
Here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Dave.
How you guys doing?
Yeah.
But
I want to challenge Billy for his job.
in a comedy off?
Well, in a radio hall, because I'm going to school right now for radio, and it's hard for me to find a job or an internship, and I think I'm...
You call here, you're trying to get a job in radio, and use the F word.
No, yeah, you're right.
There's
I'm
no
an idiot.
possible way you're going to work in radio. All right?
You have to have a little thing the big boys like to call self-control.
All right, you're right, guys.
All right, and anyone, what school are you going to?
Quinnipiac University.
They are stealing from you.
Well, how do you
There's
mean?
no way that anyone who works in radio, the first time they're trying to get a gig, would use the F word.
That's true.
They ought to return your tuition. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand that, guy.
All right, Dave.
You blew it.
I'm sorry, boy.
You'll never work in this business, kid.
So funny.
People can't control their mouths. Isn't that awful?
I don't even understand. Oh, you're on your phone call lasts 30 seconds. You can't not say the F word. You talk to your mom that way, your grandmother?
Does the F word slip out during the Lord's Prayer in church?
There's not a lot of people going to church anymore.
Really? Yeah. Sad.
Well, sure, I'd go to your church if I belonged to it. I love Luther Vandross.
I do not worship Luther Vandross.
You quit your religion?
No, the Lutherans don't worship Luther Vandross. They never have.
So he's no longer God?
He was never God. Ever.
Joe, you're on the Fez.
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Good, man. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you. I work with the band The Lab. I don't know if you remember me. I spoke to you guys like a couple weeks back. But I wanted to talk to you in your contest. And, we've been real excited about getting on the bill. And nobody had contacted us and told us that there's voting involved. And so
all right, hold on for Rory, okay?
All right,
Sure.
Jeez. Get behind the kid who wants to work in radio.
It's all ronfez.net. Here's Wrong Way. Wrong Way, you're on Ron and Fez.
Wrong Way.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's up, Wrong Way?
Hey, you know what I equate this to? Me going out moonlighting at my second job, saying for UPS, I drop a box on my foot, and it takes me, I call into my boss on my primary job, and tell him I need a week or two to get my head together because my foot hurts.
Talk about Billy Staples.
Seriously wrong with this guy. And for people to blame you guys is absolutely ridiculous.
Tons of people have blamed us because we pointed out last week that it wasn't going to work.
And then he wasn't funny.
I am guaranteeing you, if we would have said to that O&A audience, hey, give Billy a chance, he's a great guy, and we know he's going to be funny, they would have done the same damn thing. That's what they do. Voss knows it. Norton knows it.
And they go into that knowing it.
They're brutal.
You guys tried to tell him he was in over his head and he wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
I don't know what people are listening to, man. I heard it.
We tried to tell him plain and simple he's not funny.
Oh, we know that.
All right, see you later, Runway.
See you.
Anyone who called in to discuss it last week, we asked, has Billy Staples ever made you laugh listening to him on this show? Has he ever made you giggle?
Here's the instant feedback from Death Metal Mo. It says, hey, Mr. Dumbass, can I be part of the FNWNEW crew, too? I think I can help you out there, Mr. Dumbass.
It's Mr. Dumas.
That Death Metal Mo has far surpassed... Death Metal Mo right now, Fezzy, is sitting at the top of the heap for the instant feedback.
That's excellent.
Which is not saying a huge amount lately.
But still, it's something to have. Something to hang on to. It's more dignity than Staples has tonight.
Staples is floating down the East River on a raft with an 8-ball that he's now calling Wilson.
His mom is just feeding him one solitary hot dog after another. This will make you feel better. Have some more dogs.
Here's Tony. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Tony, what can we do for you?
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Hi, Tony.
So what's it like behind the scenes? Has there been any depreciation? Has it fallen off at all now with Billy not being there? What's it like in the office? Like?
I will tell you this. I don't see Wonder Boy making it with us, Fez.
Really?
We gave him the summer.
Yeah.
And I know that as a kid, I like Wonder Boy a lot.
Sure.
But he's just not, he's not into it.
Well,
you got to really be into this.
You got to really, really want it. Give, whatever it is that what it takes. And you really, there's a thing there where you have to catch on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to get it. I mean, the effort, you're going to learn, certain skills as you go along.
Right.
You're not going to learn it all in a day. But there has to be some sort of instinct that's there to begin with.
Yeah.
That the WB lacks.
The WB. I like now calling him the WB. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show. Here's Pat. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, what's up? I wanted to say, remember last week when you guys were asking Billy Staples if he asked Jimmy Norton if he could be on the show? Jimmy Norton said that the first thing on Monday afternoon when he came back was that Billy Staples asked him if he could be on his show.
And Billy swore up and down to you guys that he didn't ask to be on Jimmy Norton's show.
All right.
Obviously, he was lying.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Pat. I want to go back and find that tape where I know I was making him promise me.
Right.
That it was Norton's idea.
And we asked Billy Staples, do not bore-ass Jimmy Norton about getting this gig. Leave Norton alone to do his show.
Here is Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing?
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on?
Good, boys. I just want to say I've listened to Ron and Fez for the longest time, from the beginning, way back. I love you both. I remember when I loved you both equally. Ron is Ron. Ron is ripening like a fine wine in his old age. But Fez is losing the edge.
What happened with Fezzy for you?
Fez is softer.
He's becoming too nice?
No. Beyond that, Fez lost his reaction. He lost being so passionate.
Wait a minute. This voice sounds familiar to me.
Who is this?
Is this Bunny?
It's Bunny, isn't it?
Yes.
Why not just put your name up as Bunny?
Bunny always tries to start some controversy to get some airtime.
They don't like me, especially Billy.
We love Bunny.
That's the only reason I got through.
All right, Bunny, Billy's not even here. But Bunny, we'd like you to call up and do your Ron and Fez I love them thing.
They're wonderful. They're delicious.
They don't like it anymore. I mean, Billy never puts me through because of this. It's all, I would love to do it. I love you both.
All right, hold on, Bunny. I want you to talk to Bunny and get his home number, and we'll do stuff with him.
All right. Bunny is on line 3 as Jimmy.
All right, here's so stupid around
They
here.
have to do business this way.
Billy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Billy.
And Marley Watt is a closer. It's a classic.
What was that?
Something is a closer. I have no idea.
Call Wonder Boy in.
Get the Wonder Boy in here, please. Thank you, Hawk.
All right, Wonder Boy, you know you're teetering, right?
What's that?
You know you're teetering.
Yeah, I didn't think I was even doing that good.
And then you just had 2 crank calls in a row.
Well, I asked the
You're
guy.
the phone guy.
He said
during the break, I had to knock some heads together out there and get the retard Wild thing off the phone and put you back there. And now I'm wondering, did I make the right call?
Well, he said that his sister was a rockette, and I asked him information. I said, how long, where did she study dance? He had answers for me, so I put him up as sister was a rockette.
Well, we wanted to talk to Tara the rockette.
Right, I'm trying to, if she calls back, I'll put her right through.
Why would she bother to call back? She's been treated rudely, from what I understand, twice now.
Here's Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how you doing?
Hey.
Big ass card holder 4553.
Sound depressed.
Nah. That Billy kid, I think, y'all should have given him some support. He went out there and he earned some bruises. He comes with the territory. He should just come back, yo.
Yes, Billy wasn't not fired. He just, stayed away from the show.
He keeps claiming he needs time to get his head together.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys?
Yeah.
8452. Let me tell you something. I'm so sick of hearing about this slob. I've been a fan since the beginning. This guy is always doing something wrong. How dare him not come to work and you guys got to chase him around?
Oh, you mean Billy?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, the guy is he's out of control.
Yeah, he's definitely out of control.
How many chances does the Olympian get to screw around? I mean, it's insane. Kick his ass off the show. What is it saying? Yeah, you got to help yourself before anyone else can help you.
Yeah.
Lay off with stuff. I've had it.
All right, thank you, Tom.
At this station, you get endless chances. Just absolutely an infinity amount. That's why they call it infinity broadcasting. You get an infinity of chances to screw up.
If Pete Johnson can stay here for 40 years, Billy can stay a year and a half. There's no doubt about it.
Pete Johnson puts new carpet in here today, and the stuff is stained. Didn't he look at this before he put it down?
It's space-aged. It's the whole internet, really, Fez. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Mike.
Now, Billy's a retard. He's also a horrible actor. Last night it was worse to listen to Al Duke sometimes when he goes on and on.
All right, but I'm not going to get into the whole thing, Fez.
No.
The Billy thing is over.
Billy, he was asked not to do the gig Saturday night with Jim Norton. He did it. He got booed off the stage not once but twice and hasn't showed up back for work. We move on.
Right.
We're not going to sit here and change his diapers and babysit him.
You know, I will say this. I really thought that the Rory Hamptons regime was going to be tight. That was my illusion that I was believing in. That's my hallucination.
We hope for a real drill sergeant mentality to come into the show. And if that's the case, we've got one who's AWOL.
One is over the wall and the wrong one.
And the other one's in a world of crap.
Yeah, literally.
Rubbing himself on the carpet.
He just went out there to yell at him.
Good.
So frustrated. But seriously, somebody else should be mad besides me and you.
That's only fair. Let someone else take a turn screaming.
Yeah.
It's fun. Enjoy yourself. Live it up out there. 877-692-1027.
Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Tony, what can we do for you?
Hi, Fez.
Hi, Tony.
So you guys, you have one question to ask yourselves. Is the show any worse now that Billy hasn't been there?
No, but you know what bugs me? If Billy is drunk and bottoming out, he should be doing it on the air.
That's all we've ever asked the man. If you're gonna, don't drink in secret. Drink on the air.
Yeah. Have your breakdowns here where we can witness them.
So really, he's just a freak show.
Yeah.
Oh, constantly.
Yeah, at best.
Yeah. This just actually just topped off a really bad 2002 so far for Billy Staples.
The guys from RonFez.net are coming in here soon to announce the 5 finalists. The 5 finalists for the Rock and Ribs Festival that will take place next week. We'll have more tickets that we will be giving away on the air.
It's going to be Friday night, August 23rd. We'll have tickets to give away here, like Ronnie said. Sponsored by Jim Beam, the label behind up-and-coming bands, Guitar Center, the Musician's Choice, and Digital Disc Manufacturing.
Fez, I'm sitting here stunned. We have sponsors for this?
Yes, we got Jim Beam, baby. And the Guitar Center and Digital Disc Manufacturing. We're all set.
Wow.
And so we will find out later on tonight in just a little bit what 5 bands will be joining us on stage for the Ron and Festival of Rock and Ribs. Plus, what I'm so excited about, the Mighty Mighty Mosh Tones.
Fezzy, this sent to us, you know, we still are, we haven't seen Billy Staples in a week. Saturday night was his biggest show for Norton, and I hate to say it, but you and I seem like we were correct.
Sure.
When we told him he was going to get a rough time there, he did. A review of the show has been sent to us from redbank.com.
All right, so I guess this is a local Red Bank, New Jersey website.
It's Eric S. Grissom wrote this up. I don't know. How did we get it? Somebody sent this? Did Eric send it to us or somebody else?
Listener sent it. It was pretty much, it's the Comedy Club's website.
Okay.
All right, and it's on redbank.com.
It's pretty rough. The review was rough.
Yeah, not what you would call a rave whatsoever. Not even close.
Right off in the beginning, it says, watching Billy Staples set at the Count Basie Theater fell somewhere between witnessing a seal clubbing and watching Robert De Niro play Russian roulette in Vietnam prison camps.
Wow.
Billy Staples, a stand-up comedian and a regular on the Ron and Fez show, you know what to do? Write to them right away and offer to sue them for using our names.
All right, we'll do.
That's redbank.com. When Billy performed in front of a sold-out crowd at the recent Jim Norton show. Well, I really shouldn't say performed. Ouch. It was more like he was ripped to shreds by the ravenous hordes. I believe you spelled hordes wrong there, Fez, but I'm not sure. Of fans that made up the audience.
So this is a Jim Norton show, and so far everything has been about how horrible Billy was.
By the way, there's a picture of Billy on the site with that close-up picture of after he fell up the stairs at the Long Island Railroad. Let's see what it said. It said, this show, all right, I think the whole ordeal lasted about 5 minutes, though I'm sure it felt like 2 or 3 days of prison time for Billy. Prison shower time.
Oh, that rough.
Believe it or not, 30 seconds into his routine, people were asking for Voss back. Wow, this is bad.
It's really, really bad. This is a bad review.
This is on redbank.com. Excuse me, is everything all right over there, Red? Okay, it says this is Billy's review. Even before the giant orange shirt wearing Billy Staples put his first foot on the stage.
All right, now they're actually attacking what he wore.
The cries of "You suck," "Go home," "Kill yourself," hit the poor sap like a bag of hate.
What an interesting metaphor.
There's not much that he could have done, but there were, however, some things that he could do to make it worse, and that's where Billy shined brightest. Now, I'm no stand-up doctor, said Mr. Grissom, but you should have to know that any joke that starts out with, anyone here ever have a colostomy, is not going to go over too well with a bunch of drunken 20-year-olds.
Well, that's true.
And when the punchline is, it's a real pain in the ass, you might as well throw a bag of ground beef into your pants and spend the afternoon at Louis Anderson's place. That's good. Sure enough,
Clever.
That's the direction Billy went, even asking the hecklers to repeat their insults.
Now, why would you do that?
I think there was even a Fabio joke in there. Bad move, big fella.
Wow. So, and that, I think we got a spy report on that. There was a Fabio joke involved.
Roy, you've talked to Billy. He still has not shown up. It's Thursday.
Yeah, he's, I don't know.
Is he fired?
I think we have to fire him at this point.
Fez and I have never fired a soul.
I'll do it. It's not a problem.
It is a problem because here's a guy who, he's our friend. We told him not to do the gig, and now he's upset.
Now he's down on his luck again. It's one more thing that has not gone right for this big guy in his life.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's unfortunately, this is his job here, and if he's going to get upset about his other job, then he can't come to this job.
Roy, this is not about you, okay? This is about Billy. And he's had 5 rehabs.
2 of them sleepaway rehabs.
And if he hasn't been here yet, I want him on the phone tonight.
See if you can get a hold of Billy Staples.
All right, I will.
Because Ronnie and I have not talked to him since, before this show. The Friday night before the show when we begged him not to do it.
By the way, redbank.com, at the very least, is a nice picture, Billy, looking like he was beat up. And it kind of looks like he was beat up by the crowd at the gig.
Yeah, when they used his accident photo, it looks like he was actually hit by things on stage. Hit by bricks and eggs right in his fat face.
All right, Bobby Pantera said that he put the article into general discussion on ronfez.net.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Robert. Now, so this is a review of the Jim Norton show, and look at how much of it's dedicated to how bad Billy Staples did.
Huge amounts.
I mean, like 3 big paragraphs out of 4. The title of the article is, It's Showtime at the Apollo. Apollo is crossed out and Count Basie is written in. I think that's a reference to Sandman and Billy getting swept.
Yanked.
Yeah, getting swept right off the stage.
Fezzy, what are your feelings with Billy right now?
Billy, I'd love to see him make a comeback. I really, really would. But I think this may be the final blow, Ronnie. I don't know if he can come back from this one. Look at everything this year. The wife. The house. The stand-up thing. His ill-fated date with Lobster Claws. He thought that was going to be a new relationship for him. Everything's gone wrong for Billy. His frivolous lawsuit. His injury at the Long Island Railroad.
Roy, you've talked to him a couple times, right?
Airsick breaking up.
Yes, I have.
Well, there it is. Good news. Airsick broke up.
Oh, true.
Did you think he was drinking?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, I thought he was drinking. I mean, there was
What do you base that on?
Just him saying nonsense and just not being able to speak clearly, and yeah, he was like tired and just like
That's a good impression.
Completely slurring his words.
All right.
Derek, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Derek.
What's going on? 44-43.
Hoo-ah!
Yeah, I got a spy report, sort of. I was at the show, and Billy was actually wondering where the tomatoes were to be thrown at him.
Now, did he say that before things got bad or after?
That was during. During the heckling and the beating of his person.
Was anything good about what he did up there?
It was awful. It was literally the worst thing I ever heard in my life, especially when you started ripping off David Tell.
Everybody keeps bringing up the David Tell. What was the joke there?
Well, Dave has this joke where he asks the ladies if size matters.
Uh-huh.
And then when all the women say, yeah, that's when he goes, that's all the whores who've spoken. So,
Same
Billy kind
exact
of used
thing,
that
huh?
one.
Billy pretty much did it word for word, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he changed like maybe one or two words, but that was it.
That keeps coming up to us. All right, thanks.
Boy, I didn't know about the tomato thing. You should never ask to be hit with fruit.
Well, even Voss said to us that Billy was going to hecklers. Would you please repeat that? You know, that's...
Why give someone a chance to heckle you twice?
Right. Kenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Kenny.
Hey, boys, 6120.
Hoo-ah!
Thank you. Now, they say that you have to hit rock bottom to pick yourself up, And until you fire him, he hasn't hit rock bottom. He still has a job. He still has something to look forward to.
Bro.
He needs to be fired.
Bro, believe us, he's at rock bottom.
No. He still has a job. He's still getting a paycheck for not coming to work.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be paid for this week.
Yeah, I think he works hourly.
Gotta give him the boot.
I know he works weekly.
Very weekly? Is that your joke?
Yes.
That's David Tell's.
It is?
No, I don't even know David Tell.
I should put on an orange shirt.
Do you even know who the comic is?
No. No, but everyone seemed to know this joke.
Oh, he's the guy from Insomniac? Oh, some late night shows is still on?
What's that on? Is that on MTV, VH1?
It's on Comedy Central. Yeah,
It's on Comedy Central?
Is it still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
I'm thinking of Insomniac Theater on VH1.
Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Joe.
If Billy drinks himself to death, who are you going to blame? Boss? O&A?
No, I'm not going to blame any of those people, particularly O&A. You know, O&A are not responsible for what their listeners do, and of course, you can't blame Norton for what the paying customers do. You know, we tried to talk Billy out of this gig.
Yeah, death by alcohol is very overlooked. That sneaks up on people very easily. Yeah, maybe.
All right, thank you, Joe.
I know he's trying to scare us.
Yeah, trying to make us a little nervous here.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
John,
Hey,
what
guys,
can we do for you?
How you doing, guys?
Good. Go ahead.
Listen, I kind of think of Billy like Potsy on Happy Days. You know, Potsy never went out on his own and did his own show. Potsy had to be with the whole group. He had to be on Happy Days to have it all together. Billy's got to come back. He's got to get it back together that way. That's what he's got to do.
If you're calling him Anson Williams, that is the bottom of the barrel.
There you go. See it.
Poor Potsy Staples.
All right, hold on. Look who we got on the phone here.
All right.
Rory reached him. Long Island Red got a hold of Billy Staples for us.
Thank you, Red. I'm glad you talked him into talking to us.
Billy, you're on the air.
Billy Staples?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, man?
Okay.
Hi, Billy, do you realize what day it is?
Wednesday, Thursday, something.
Thursday. When do we start work here? We start work on a Tuesday. So you're a little late for work, big man.
Yeah, well, I don't think you'd want me around.
So you're saying you quit?
No, I'm not quitting. I just need to get my head together.
Why wouldn't we want you around?
Why? Because it's no use, man. It's just no use having me around. Everything I do just turns to crap.
Yes. We know that.
That's part of your charm.
No. Not charming, Barry. It's not charming to me right now.
You got to keep your chin up, big man.
All of them.
Now, Billy, did this gig go as bad as they're letting on?
Probably worse.
Why did you pull your shirt up? Forget that. Don't even get into that, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's no need to dissect it at this point.
No, there's no need to, because I didn't even have a chance.
When did it start to go bad? When did you realize, I'm in a world of crap.
When I was backstage, when Voss was finishing up, and he just started to introduce me, and it was just like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
As he started, they started booing?
Yeah. I could not even hear myself on stage with the monitors. That's how bad it was.
Could you see the crowd?
Yeah, I could.
Did they just look like Planet of the Apes?
It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. There was not a smile. It was just everyone screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs. You know, if they would have given me a chance, you know, I was prepared. I was ready. They didn't give me a chance. And it was the most humiliating experience of my life. I'll probably never go on stage again.
You're giving up your dream of stand-up?
It's not exactly a dream, Fez. I had been doing this for 9 years and never got booed off the stage before.
Do you think that it might have been when the crowd started doing this, Billy, it might have just been in good, clean, ball-busting fun? Or do you think it was actually concentrated evil focused at you?
It was evil, but I couldn't even get out a joke. I never even finished any of my jokes.
Let me tell you something, Billy, before you blame yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Attell is the worst writer in the business.
First off,
you got to sue him.
You know, I've heard that before. I did that joke. I wrote that joke when I was 400 pounds, and I've been doing it for 5 years. Yeah, sorry.
So whoever is the heaviest gets to do the jokes?
No, because it's just not a thing about size. I do a whole thing after that about my weight, which I never got a chance to do.
But the joke itself is about penis size. It's not about weight.
No, it's I turn it around. You see, it's just like I turn it around. I'm not talking size, I'm talking size, and I look at myself, get it? I turn it around. It doesn't matter. I never got that far. I never got a chance.
I've been sent a list of things that you actually did on stage.
I was going to ask how many jokes he actually got out.
All right, here's some exact quotes that were written down by Mike the teacher, and he sent them in to us.
Mm-hmm.
See if you remember any of this stuff, Billy. Shut up. Let me do my act. Voss ain't coming back. Will you shut the F up for 2 seconds? Yeah, you guys aren't going to laugh at anything I say, are you? This so effing blows. You want Voss back? Well, F you. Wow. You just don't get it, do you?
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
You were saying these things, screaming this at the audience?
Because when you walk on stage and you can't even hear yourself through a chorus of bulls, chorus of a-holes.
B-O-O-Z-E?
No, booze.
You couldn't hear yourself through the booze?
Yeah, it was absolutely no use. It was absolutely no use.
You haven't shown up for work all week. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Are you drinking?
What difference does it make?
It makes a difference to me and Fez.
That's something we probably need to know.
You were doing good, and you know you were doing good.
Yeah. Well,
you had your chips.
Things are different. You know? I mean, my life, you know.
All right, your life isn't good. Everyone knows that.
Ronnie, my life is falling apart before my eyes. The one thing I had left was, you know, the idea of thinking I was still funny in some way.
All right, here's the beauty, Billy. It's not that your life is falling apart. It fell apart.
Right.
You couldn't fall any lower than you are now unless you leave the show. Then that's as low as I can see you. Then that's your next step before death.
Right, you still have this phone job.
I don't know how I can face anybody at the station.
Just come in here with your head down. Looking at your shoes the whole time. You show them.
I don't know, Ronnie. I don't know if I could look anybody, you know, even be in the same hall after what happened to me. You know, in the same building even. You know, letting everyone down and more or less letting myself down. And
why don't you wall climb like half the people around here do?
Yeah.
And just walk along holding on to the walls like you're going to the dump room.
Clean to the walls. Be a wall walker.
Honey, I got
booed. If Al can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, but anyone should be ashamed to show their face.
I got booed off a comedy stage. For a comic, or a man who considers himself a comic, that is death. And I mean, if this is what I live for and this is what I work so hard for, I mean, what the hell is the sense?
All right, some people saw you there that night and they want to try and pick you up a little bit. Here's Greg. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Greg. You're on with Billy Staples.
Hi, how you doing, Ron? Fez?
Yeah. You were at the show, Greg?
I was there.
It couldn't be as bad as Billy's saying, could it?
No, Billy, the sentences were in joke structure. It was just nothing funny coming out. But I got to be honest, you got a lot of guts coming out.
You see that, Billy?
There, a lot of guts.
It was a setup, Bill. Why are you thinking it's so? Nobody could have, passed that test.
Dude, if you knew what it felt like to stand there and look out and hear all that stuff, and yeah, the jokes were set up, but you know what the problem is? I could never even get to a punchline. I wasn't given the chance.
Billy.
All I wanted was a friggin' chance, and I didn't get it.
Oh, that's kind of sad. I mean, this is America, isn't it?
Right, everyone wants a chance to succeed.
All right, Billy, here's another comic who wants to talk to you. He's been through some hard times himself. Jackie, you're on with Billy Staples.
Hey, Billy, this is Jackie. Don't worry, cheer up. I effed up worse than you did, let me tell you. Things aren't doing too well for me either. Fellow Long Island boy.
All right, Jackie, thank you.
Cheer up, Billy.
You see, Billy?
Ronnie, I just don't know how to put into words.
Billy, here's all I'm saying to you. The worst thing to do is to get back on the booze and the pills.
Right.
The same thing that we said to Judy Garland.
Don't do it, Judy. Don't.
Pretty tough living inside my skin right now.
So you don't want to stay pickled? How's drinking helping at all?
Makes me
Where are you right now?
somewhere in Pennsylvania.
What are you doing in Pennsylvania, the Keystone State?
How'd you wander that far away?
After the show, I just kept the rental car, and I said I'll bring it back when I'm done with it.
So you went from Jersey to PA?
I went from Jersey down to Atlantic City, stayed in a Fleabag hotel for a couple of days.
So that's actually moving up for him, Fez. Fleabag.
Yeah, right off some dump at Golden Eagle.
All right, let's not plug people.
Or unplug them.
Just started heading west.
And got as far as Pennsylvania. You and the Quakers, really, when you head up west, you didn't get too far. All right, here's Mike. Mike, you're on with Billy Staples.
We get that postcard from Rushmore. Hi, Mike.
Really, you're a little bitch, and I bet you like to suck it, too.
All right, come on. See, that's the kind of heckles that he doesn't like, right, Billy?
Yeah, I expect it.
Does it still bother you all this time afterwards?
Of course it does. It's like, Ronnie, it's like, I'm afraid to get on stage again, to be a comic and have that happen to you.
Good, Billy.
Why? I worked 9 years one night, it went all to hell.
You worked 9 years, you got your big shot, and it didn't work out. Drop your dream, then you'd be happier.
What would I live for if I don't have a dream?
If you got your yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's air. No.
You got us.
Yeah. There's phones to be answered.
Plus, we've been calling Rory Big Red, Big Long Island Red lately for his red face. You would have loved that.
Sorry, I missed it.
All right, here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Matt, what's going on?
Hello, Billy. All I got to say is you had a lot of balls come out there on stage like you did. My hat is off.
What hat?
But nah, what it is Ron and Fez didn't have your back from the start. They berated you and made jokes about you and put you down from the start. If they would have standing in your corner, none of this would have happened. Because before you went on stage, they was booing you already. You were shot down before you even got to Pennsylvania or Jersey, wherever the place was.
All right, Matt.
Jersey.
How is that our fault? We told him not to do this gig. We told him it was going to be an awful rough crowd. We know the Norton crowd. We know what Voss goes through every single time. Do you honestly think if Fez and I said, oh, everybody be very quiet and listen for Billy, they would have been like that? They wouldn't.
Yeah, I understand it. That's a rough crowd.
What more could we have done, Matt?
You should have took Billy, like you said, to embrace or behind the curtain and told him how the crowd was going to be.
I'm not going to go to his comedy gigs with him.
And he's okay. He's not that funny, but he doesn't suck neither. Everybody got to get their foot in the door.
He's had his foot in for 9 years. This is how far he's gotten.
That's how far he's gotten in 9 years?
Yes.
But he's been doing stand-up before, so he shouldn't be afraid of anything.
Well, then you talk to him. Why is it our fault?
But I still say if Joe would have been in his corner more, it would have been, the outcome might have been the same.
All right, Billy, do you
but
feel
he
like
felt
we...
better.
All right, let me ask him. Billy, do you feel like we weren't in your corner?
Guys, you did everything you could to try to talk me out of this. You know, I don't blame anybody but myself.
That's who I blame.
For thinking I was ready for something like this, and it obviously was...
Billy, you're not even ready for something less than that.
But Billy, if you only blame yourself, you must get in your car and come back to New York. What you doing wasting your time out there? Like the man said, you still have a job.
Dude, I can't face these people I work with.
That is, you didn't kill anybody, you didn't steal anything. It's nothing that serious.
Did you, Billy?
Did you kill or steal?
No.
We know you didn't kill in Red Bank.
All right, Matt.
All right.
Billy, but you have to realize, even yourself at this point, Ronnie and I were completely honest with you going into this gig.
I haven't blamed you guys from day one. It's all me.
We've always told you were terrible.
Yeah, well...
You're good on the phones, though.
Should have listened to you.
Yeah.
The phones stink without you.
As hard as I tried, as much as I practiced and worked, it was no use. It's just not funny. I don't belong on stage. I don't belong in comedy. I don't belong in radio. I don't know where the hell I belong.
Pennsylvania? I don't think so.
No one knows me here.
No one knows you here either. It's not like you're known. People aren't stopping you on the street and saying stuff.
Let me put it this way, the station doesn't get out this far.
Pittsburgh. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. Hi, Joe.
Billy, you had a bad show. You know, you'll be fine, you know. You were pretty destined to do bad on that show. You were between Voss, Norton. You know, good comics and bad comics. You just gotta, you know, that's what makes a better comic. You get over a bad show, you'll do fine. Maybe you're not supposed to be stand-up. You should still be a comedy, maybe writing, doing something like that.
Maybe you could manage.
I have a manager.
Did he find out about this?
No, I haven't talked to anybody. You guys are the first people I've talked to.
You want us to send him the review in case he can get it paid $6?
No, that's okay. Appreciate it. Right, I really appreciate it if you did not do that.
We won't.
Did you hear about this review on redbank.com?
No.
You want us to read it again?
I didn't hear it.
We probably shouldn't read it again.
It said that, well, it's on ronfez.net. It said that you really, you had a rough crowd.
They mention your shirt.
Billy, why'd you wear that big dumb orange shirt? Is that Siren Shout? Are the cops after you, Billy?
Hold on a second. Nothing on by. No. I like orange. I thought it would be my lucky shirt.
People are saying you look like a pumpkin.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Is that why you picked it up? Oh, we weren't going to ask
How many heckles you think you had at one time there, Billy?
Ronnie was all heckled.
Every single person?
1,500?
Did their faces look all distorted?
All I can remember is guys in the front row just with their hands clasped around their mouth.
I just picture this in black and white, like an old boxing movie where everyone's yelling and throwing trash and Billy's knocked out laying on the canvas.
Kind of a shaky cam. Everything's on an angle.
Right. It's kind of spinning.
Yeah.
But to be this way, they were heckling me before I got on stage. They saw me on the side, already with the Staples socks, before even Boss got off stage. So.
I picture it more in color, but people are in like tuxedos and evening gowns laughing, but wearing crazy masks. Like maybe an eyes wide shut look. Except hysterically laughing and pointing.
All right, here's Chris, Billy. Chris is also a comic. Chris, you're around Fez.
Hey, Billy.
Hey.
I've opened for Norton. I've worked with him. The crowd is extremely rough. I've had it so that the MC was picking me apart when I got done, saying when I got done, that's the night comedy died, just picking at me. It's like, it's hard work with Norton. His crowd wants to see him, and you just got to keep going.
Right now that seems impossible.
Chris, did you keep going?
I've been keep going.
Gone. Guess not.
Keep it going until he was gone. You see, Billy? I mean, anybody could have told you that Norton crowd is rough. And, you know, I saw Norton today and I was talking to him about it. You know what he said to me?
Yeah.
So what? Hell, Billy, I said, so what?
See?
Yeah, but Norton went and crushed, and I went and did it. I need time for myself right now to figure what the hell I'm going to do with my life.
Well, why do you need time away from your job?
Because, Ronnie, I cannot look you guys in the face right now after trying to talk me out of it.
Look at your shoes.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been able to look at us before.
We've always been better than you.
More than obvious. It looks like a lot of people are better than me now.
Stop it, Billy. We're just kidding. There's people that aren't.
Sure.
Pedophiles.
There you go.
You're better than a pedophile.
That fat woman that stole the baby in Abilene, Texas.
She thought it was her baby.
Boy, did you see her? She looked like Fat Nydia. And tough enough, like a fatter version.
Fatter? All right, here's Craig. Craig, you're on with Billy Staples.
Hey, Craig.
Live from Pennsylvania. Craig, yeah.
Yeah, card number 11207. Yeah, I wanted to see if Billy remembered any of the hecklers.
Like any of the specific heckles?
Any specific heckle.
Does anything stand out to you, Billy? It had to be a blur, but does one scream stand out above the rest?
Yeah, it was. Everything was just a huge din. There was the whole place went into a chant of a-hole, a-hole. But there was one guy in the front who kept yelling, like you guys said, you look like a big fat pumpkin.
Do you remember anyone saying you suck worse than your daughter?
I didn't hear that.
Well, I think I was the last one.
Thank you very much for that, you prick.
Well, I guess I'm going to punch out Maverick.
Hi, Craig.
Yeah, this is what I don't need. You know, this is why I don't
That's
know
that Norton crowd.
This is why you're not here.
That is why I don't know where I'm going to end up.
A lot of it seems to go back to that shirt, though.
Do you think you'll end up somewhere in the Delaware Valley? Or maybe the old Appalachian Mountains?
I passed the Delaware Valley a long time ago.
Lehigh Valley?
No, I'm not down there. I'm not that way.
Harrisburg?
A little past it.
Not State College.
No.
No, that's only 5 hours. That was.
You should take yourself to Happy Valley.
Because I don't know where I'm headed. You know, it's just I'm going to get some point.
You might be heading west. Remember when Laverne and Shirley headed west, Fuzzy?
Oh, that's right.
They got a whole new start and then got canceled.
Yeah. Shirley left. She became Shirley Feeny Meanie.
All right, Billy, we're going to go to the big guns now, okay?
Sure.
Because just promise me this. You're not drinking.
Can you promise that, Bill?
I can't make any promises right now, fellas.
Promise me there's no pills.
I can't promise anything right now.
Promise that you burnt that orange shirt.
No, that's in the laundry.
That's the color it is, burnt orange.
All right, Fezzi and I have done all we can. We're going to the big guns. It's the Horde King. Horde King.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Your Majesty.
Hey, Billy, it's so painful for me to hear you like this. You know, from my conversations with you and what other people have told me, you're just a genuinely nice person, and I'll even venture to say you're a sweet person, and you're doing the opposite of what a lot of people do. Some people blame others for their actions. Others blame themselves for other people's actions. This was clearly a situation where the crowd was against you from the start, and if you had come in and been the best comedian in the world, they would have heckled you off the stage too, because they were there to see Norton. They weren't there to see anyone other than him. You're taking this way too seriously. This isn't the end of a dream.
Voss got a good review.
Well, this isn't the end of Billy's dream. Voss was able to get some jokes out. Billy wasn't. The facts of what happened can't be changed. The thing that you can change is your attitude, the way that you look at them and think about them. Instead of looking at it like, hey, I went there and I screwed up, you did. You went there, you tried to do your act, you couldn't do it, you got heckled. And, like another caller said, you have to give yourself a lot of credit for going on in the first place, knowing that you were going to get heckled. And it wasn't your jokes that was getting heckled, it was you because you were not Norton.
So what's to prevent that from happening again? How can I ever walk on stage again?
Well, next time you walk on stage, it won't be the same crowd.
Can I be sure of that?
Well, you're basically...
How can I have any kind of self-confidence? You know, Horde King, I know what you do is a lot different from what I was doing, but you've never been booed. off the stage.
Who's going to boo him?
Why would you boo the Horde King?
Well, I've never been booed off stage, but in third grade when I played Pinocchio, I came pretty close.
All right, let's go over people that I know for a fact were booed off the stage. Elvis Presley was booed off the stage.
Right.
You know why?
Why?
He was opening for Liberace. Not exactly his crowd.
That's a terrific example.
These things happen.
Roseanne did the national anthem and got booed out of the Padres Stadium.
And Billy, she also had the #1 TV show in the country at one point. You know, different crowds, different audiences, different circumstances.
Yes, but look at the two people you mentioned, Elvis Presley and Roseanne, and now look who you're talking about.
All right, so you just...
We're talking about a person who had a bad experience.
All three are large.
And that's...
That doesn't matter, though.
I'm trying to find a common denominator.
But don't.
The common denominator is that Elvis didn't let it stop him when he got booed off.
And he wasn't large when that happened.
Roseanne didn't change any of her attitudes or acts or anything when she got booed, and neither should you. This is just one of the things that happened. It was known that it was going to happen. I mean, Ron Artest was telling you the whole week that you were going to get heckled off, and in fact, when you were doing your Make Me Laugh Minute segment, this was really a preparation for what was going to happen, and it was really done, I believe, in a very nice way to show you something that can happen and something that did in fact happen. And I think that if you consider the source of the boos, the source of the heckling, the source of all your discomfort about yourself and the feelings of inadequacy that you may have now, it comes from the crowd. It's not internal to you. There's nothing wrong with Billy Staples. There may have been something wrong with the crowd that prevented them from letting you have a chance. But it wasn't you or your act itself that got booed. It was the person who they came to see.
Hey, Horde King, Billy shouldn't resort to drinking again, should he?
Oh, that would be awful, Billy. I pray if I did to the Lord of Chaos.
I knew that. I just wanted it to come from Horde King, the Lord of Chaos.
That random fluctuations in the quantum foam, if you will, that you don't turn to drugs or alcohol or anything of the sort. You did a good thing by trying, even though you knew you were going to get heckled.
Does that make you feel better, Billy? What Horde King's saying is there is no God. What do you care? What do you care?
You've got no one to be accountable to.
And soon you'll just be dust.
No. That would be welcome at this point, probably. I feel like...
Someone just honked at him now.
I've lost my edge. I've lost my desire. I've lost my will.
You lost your smile, like Billy Crystal.
Maybe you need to go on a cattle drive.
Billy, I know what you've done for some people, and I mean they're just like beyond the call of duty, and just like really wonderful, wonderful things. These aren't the acts of people who lose their edge.
Right.
These are the acts of people who care about other people and are nice people and are sweet people and are trying to help others. And that's the kind of person that you are.
Lord King, you're misinterpreting my personal life with my professional life. You know, with what I thought I was, what I thought I could do. You know, it doesn't change, how I feel about other people. I just need a change in my life right now. And,
what it shows is that the inner core of you is good. And if the inner core of you and your personal life is good, it can be extended to your professional life as well. You know, you come into the show, and sometimes you get a lot of abuse from the guys, and it's all great radio, and it's all in good fun. And you understand, it's fun. They're not sitting there attacking you personally.
Okay, but this was different.
This was different because it wasn't Norton. It wasn't you that they were attacking.
It's one show, Billy. Again.
You yourself have said, Billy, so many times, I didn't even get to say a joke.
Right.
So how could you possibly consider that they were laughing at your jokes, that your jokes weren't good enough if you didn't even get to say one?
But why didn't they let me? Why didn't they give me a chance?
Who's the greatest guitar player of all time?
I don't know. Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton.
Keep going. Jimi Hendrix, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy with an eye.
Booed off the stage when he opened for the Monkees.
That's right.
Who's the greatest president of all time?
JFK.
Look how they treated him in Dallas.
Oh, they treated him horribly there.
And yet, he's got his picture on money.
Yeah?
See, Billy,
These are really terrific examples illustrating that in some venues, the most talented of people just can't succeed because they're not given a chance to succeed.
Well, I'm obviously not one of the most talented people.
Well, you're saying this now because you're upset about what happened, and I understand why you're upset, but you also have to even think about the logic of what you're saying. The logic is that you didn't get to tell a joke, so therefore you were no good.
King, I appreciate it. It's just no use. I feel worthless.
Billy, I guarantee you there's been worse people on stage than you.
Hello.
John Wilkes Booth was awful.
Yeah.
Awful on stage.
What he did. Yeah.
All right, Billy, we got to take a break.
Yeah.
Why don't you come back tomorrow?
I can't make it back tomorrow.
Come back to work. People are anxious to see you. Maybe for a couple of days you may get rioted a little bit, but, so what?
People get booed. It's never happened to me or Ronnie, but people get booed. Look at Hillary Clinton. When she was running for senator, she got booed in that St. Patrick's Day parade, remember?
Sure.
Then what happened to her when she showed up at the tribute at Madison Square Garden?
Booed.
Oh, yeah, booed again.
But what happened? She became senator.
Yeah, she's still senator. They didn't take that away from her. She still goes to Washington, D.C. and does her job.
Bill, you come into work, you're among friends, you're with people, you make a contribution to the show, and I think you'll feel better about yourself once you get back to some your normal routine.
I just need some time for myself.
How much time for yourself have you had this year? It's been like 4 or 5 weeks. Stern doesn't get this much time for himself.
Billy, I don't think that it's appropriate to go into this now, but just consider that the reaction that you're having now is disproportionate to what actually happened, and that may be very well based on everything else.
You didn't experience it. You didn't feel the pain, the emptiness. I felt hearing the names, the heckles, the chants.
Before they gave you a chance, before you said anything.
Billy, let me ask you this. When you were still behind that curtain, before, as RedBank.com review puts it, the giant orange shirt wearing Billy Staples put his first foot on stage.
Oh, nice.
Did you at any point think, I'm not going to do this. I'm not even going to walk out on that stage? Did that cross your mind not to go on that stage?
Never. I was so confident.
Is that good or bad, Joaquin?
I think it's terrific that he has the confidence to do it. And I think it's terrific. You know what? You go on stage, you get booed, it happens. It doesn't affect either your professional career or your personal life.
I also don't see life as it is. I should have known better. I see life through my eyes.
All right, so you learn some
Billy,
things,
you're an optimistic person by nature, and that's a terrific quality. Most people are not optimistic.
All right, let me tell you something else about comedy. They started booing Voss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he have material to deal with them? You know what I mean? He had lines to shoot back at the crowd and turn them around. Where you, from what I understand, was saying, excuse me, would you repeat that? Making them chant over and over.
Yeah, you didn't have reverse heckles.
No, I did. I was not prepared.
Now you know for the next time.
Next time you could be better. You could always be better prepared. You could be better prepared to deal with hecklers if you feel that that's what's going to happen. Just imagine like the first time Mozart sat down on a piano and he sounded like crap.
Right.
If he said, you know what, I'm not good at this, I'm giving up.
Okay, if I could hear one single heckle, I could have responded to it. I could not even hear myself.
We agree with you, Billy.
Right, and that's the point that we're making.
It was an abortion. You were in the middle of an abortion.
They didn't give you a chance. It wasn't like you gave your jokes and no one laughed and there was a sound of crickets. It was that you got shouted out before you had a chance to do anything.
Right.
And the thing is, what is to prevent that from ever happening again?
Not going up there.
This was a very particular. This was a particular crowd in a particular situation where you were kind of set up.
What? Even if I wanted to, who the hell in there? Who would even think of booking me now? Even if I had the balls to get on stage again, what comedy club in their right mind would want a guy who got booed off the stage?
In this country or others?
In this country.
Oh, okay.
You might be funny in France.
Figure it out. My career is over.
I was at a comedy club years ago, and Chris Rock came in, and he started doing some improv. He got booed off.
The polite New Yorker?
He was actually pretty awful then. And you know what? He went on and made a career for himself. And his comedy improved.
He's a better man than I am.
That's not the case.
Oh,
Right now, you're not looking at it from the long perspective, and you're placing everything, others' actions onto yourself. You're saying that because other people didn't respond the way I wanted them to respond, it must be a defect in me. The defect isn't in you. You didn't get a chance to perform. Next time you'll perform, and you'll do better.
Billy,
And in fact, I've actually spoken to people who've seen you at other venues. In fact, there are a couple of postings about it on the message board.
Did you hear that, Billy?
And they all said that they enjoyed themselves.
It's at redbank.com. All right, we got to take a
Not
break.
that message board.
Billy, why don't you come in tomorrow?
I can't do that, Ronnie. I can't come back there yet.
Billy.
I think it would probably make you feel better, Billy, if you did. And if right now you don't feel you're ready for it, then at least consider it over the rest of the night and set it up as a type of goal that will actually help you in the long run.
And no drinking.
And the short run as well. You'll be among friends. You'll be with people who care about you. You'll be with guys who are helping you.
I don't know how being in that studio or being in those hallways right now would help me seeing everyone and being a constant reminder of what happened. I cannot picture.
Think one more time about what happened.
Sorry?
Think one more time about what happened. You weren't given a one-shot opportunity to save the planet.
Right.
You were given a chance to go on and do a comedy act.
And you know what?
You weren't able to do your act.
A lot of chances in this business.
You weren't able to do your act, Billy. You weren't able to do it. You didn't blow anything. How could any club owner make a judgment based upon what happened? Because you didn't do anything.
It doesn't matter. They don't care.
You're not putting this on your highlight reel, are you?
No. Hey, we really do. We're way behind tonight. All right? We'll
Billy, give some consideration about coming into work.
Or maybe check yourself into somewhere. Because definitely don't start partying.
Absolutely not.
Billy, you have been drinking.
That would be the worst thing that you could
Billy, have you been drinking?
Ronnie, it doesn't matter what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
What you did from Sunday until now, or what you've done, what you're doing now, forget about. Just from now on, say you're not going to do any drinks or drugs.
Will you do that, Billy? Will you promise?
I can't make any promises.
Will you turn that rental car around and head east?
Not yet.
Will you turn that frown upside down?
That's not going to happen.
Will you turn that shirt inside out?
With the black part? All right, we got to go. Thanks, Lord King.
Okay, Billy.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Billy, people care about you.
Thank you, Lord King.
Okay, have a good night.
All right, Billy, we'll see you soon.
I hope so. See you later.
There he goes, Buzz.
I wish he'd come back to work.
Boy, that must have been one bad show, huh?
Must have been just a disaster. All I can imagine is the abortion, how you described it.
Yeah.
Billy's feet.
Botched abortion.
Yeah. Botched abortion. Billy, his feet up in the stirrups, and all the nurses booing and heckling while the abortion procedure's going on. Just screaming. Had to be rough.
Yeah. Poor scumbag.
He is messed up. But, really, there wasn't one thing I could disagree with that he was saying, because he explained his career, his family, his home.
If we can't reach him tomorrow, try to get him on the phone for us tomorrow, okay, Roy?
Okay, we'll do.
You even know where he's at?
I haven't pinpointed his location yet, but...
What do you mean pinpoint? You just don't know where he is. You suddenly act like you have a satellite system. I'm going to start calling you on the lies that you live by. Okay? All right? There's no way to pinpoint. The only way you can pinpoint is going, Billy, where are you right now?
Unless you
poor, pitiful loser. What do you have, a loser cam?
Unless you put a low jack on Billy's ass. You can't pinpoint him. You have his cell number is all you have.
But you should have put a low jack on his ass and kept him off that stage.
Well, I heard people talking in the background when I was talking to him on the phone, and I was trying to figure out the dialect and stuff.
Dialect? He told us he's in Pennsylvania. What do you want to hear?
Well, they have, they speak a certain way in some parts of Pennsylvania.
Are you looking for a Philly accent, an Amish accent?
Exactly.
What are you looking for?
If they're a little more up
Lee,
north.
I'm going into the house. Lee, get me some water. I'm going into the house.
That's what Rory was...
Billy.
That's
what are you waiting here? Tasty cakes, aisle 9. Tasty cakes.
God.
Yeah, just trying to pick up any sounds in the background.
I heard a hoagie being made.
Maybe you could just ask him, Rory. instead of trying to play Batman.
That could work, too.
Is there some kind of a loser.net you could go to?
Where they track these things?
That's a good idea also.
A pathetic cam?
You know, instead of OnStar, No Star, something?
He'd definitely be on it, too.
I want you to start on him. Okay?
Well,
why don't you go back to pinpointing? You go look at the map of America, and I'll tell you what. You whiz on it, and then you fly there.
He gave you a clue. He's headed west.
West.
See if you can find him.
Here's what a loser. 4 days, he makes it to around Harrisburg.
Meandering is what he's doing.
He's stopping at every beer garden. All right, we got to take a break. We've only taken one so far this show. We need Hawk back.
As called as that.
We're on a fest. Eddie Trunk up next.
He'll have Friday Night Rocks for you in just a little bit. We got that Billy Staples tape from the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey.
I don't think it's as bad as Billy thinks it is.
Billy thinks it's horrible. Billy is crushed. Let's face the fact, he's missed a week of work, and he's not even going back to his home. He's wandering in Pennsylvania somewhere.
Here's Joanna. Joanna, you're on Ron and Fez.
Joanna.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Hi, Joanna.
Guys, please don't play that tape.
Why do you say that?
Show some mercy. Really. Honest to God, I was out walking my dog. I listened to the show all this evening, and I thought it was so cool of you guys not to really mention the tape or bring it up. So come 10 o'clock, I thought it was cool. I'm walking my dog. I hear you're going to play the tape. I run up 5 flights of stairs. I had to call you. Please don't play that tape. I mean, he was humiliated in 20 cities already today.
Isn't it time to stop bashing Billy?
No, isn't it? Isn't it? Is what I'm saying. I mean, I love to make fun of somebody as much as the next guy. I really do.
And we're not making fun of him.
I know, but why not? You know, exactly. You're not making fun of him. You're like kind of hurting him, aren't you?
I think this will help him.
Do you really?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. It's always good to say, hey,
let me tell you something.
What does a football team do? They go back and look at game tapes.
No, I know. Yesterday I had to
All right,
stop
let me ask you this, Joanna.
Yeah.
Who is a more of an expert on comedy, you or Brian Regan?
Oh, I love Brian Regan.
What did Brian Regan say today? Oh, no.
And I agreed with what Brian Regan said. And I honest to God, I had to stop myself from calling Billy yesterday and telling him to cut the S and get on with it.
You're constantly wrestling with yourself.
Why?
It just seems like you have to stop yourself from doing things.
From cursing wildly.
Yeah.
No, I just think that you should show your moral compass. And I mean, you know.
Billy is our friend.
I know he is.
And let me tell you something else. We're also preserving his job.
Well, I think that's really great of you. I really do. But
we get a thing, Fezzy, like from Eddie X97. Never, always has been there for us. Then we get a thing, and he writes to us, "Hey, Ryan and Fez." This came up during electronic mail.
Oh, interesting.
I think you guys are sort of to blame for what happened to Billy.
And I think that a lot of people believe that.
I don't know where that would come from.
Well, you do, honestly. And I'm not going to say that you are, but I can see where that school of thought comes from. But I just think, don't you think, just let the guy, sit in the corner and yeah, slap him into shape. But I don't think by playing this tape you're helping him. I think you're hurting him more. You're hurting his feelings. You're his friend.
First of all, he's not even in the area.
Do we know that?
Yes.
For sure?
We talked to him last night.
I know you talked to him last night, but this is now 24 hours later.
All right, here's Tony. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez with Ron and Fez and Joanna.
Hey, Ronnie and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Could you please hang up on this annoying hag? Shut up. Go walk your stupid dog.
Oh, man.
Play the tape, boys.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Joanna.
Okay, he was in the audience at the Count Basie Theater, actually.
At least he was there to support Billy, right?
So.
Those people were supporting the show.
Yes, I guess. You're right.
All right, thanks, Joanna.
All right.
Have a good night, Joanna.
Maybe we don't play the tape, or maybe we do a poll whether or not we play the tape.
I think we should play the tape.
We either play the tape tonight so we can hear it, or we play it Monday if Billy comes back. Liam, you're on Ron and Fez.
What do you think, both? Hey, Liam.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, what can we do for you, Liam?
Actually, this is Andreas. I just wanted to see if I could get on and talk to Ron and Fez.
We are Ron and Fez. You're on the air with us right now.
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing? We're really excited, actually, to be playing the show. You can't wait.
Are you in one of the bands?
Yeah, we're called the Latter-day Saints. I think we were the second band you announced.
Oh, the Latter-day Saints, the band out of Yonkers.
Yeah,
Yonkers
You got
boys.
Uncle Flem for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right,
pardon?
let's play a little bit of that. We're going to see you guys next Friday night.
Yeah, man, can't wait.
All right,
I hear there's going to be ribs all over the place.
There will be ribs.
I hope.
All right, Fezzy, let's play a little bit of the Latter-day Saints.
Latter-day Saints.
Now that you're not around, the smell of your hair, it keeps bringing me down. Why you make me feel this way? I keep on coming, I keep on coming, you're keeping me coming. I live with you. I've been living through, I live for you. I've been living through, I live for you. I've been living through, I live for you.
Latter-day Saints, part of the Ron and Festival of Rockin' Ribs, 1 week from tonight when we walk across the street to the Hard Rock Cafe on West 57th Street.
Mikey D, that's your favorite band playing, huh?
They sound really good, man.
Yeah.
They sound really, really good.
How come you can't catch on with a better band than this Money Money Mosh Town thing? How good do you feel about your band itself?
I feel we're going to kick some ass.
Where's the weakness right now?
There is no weakness.
It's that good.
We're that good, yeah. I think we're just going to start the show up with a bang, and the rest of these bands are just going to take over, and it's going to be a great night, man.
Mikey D's group, the Mighty Mighty Mosh Tones, with Mosh and his lead singer. They'll kick off the night with Papa Don't Preach.
All right, Fez, we said we would take a poll on whether or not we play the tape.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. Who could be more fair than us?
Most
All
people
we ever are is fair.
Yeah. Most other shows would just make the decision themselves. We're willing to leave it open. I vote yes.
You're voting yes? All right, so that's one down.
That's one yes for Play the Tape.
877-692-1027. Here's Jack. Jack, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Jack.
Hey, Ron Fez, how you guys doing?
Play the tape or not?
Play the tape, man. He was horrible on that stage. I don't even think you should let him back.
All right, thank you. Here's Chris.
That's one. Play the tape. Don't let him back.
Chris, play the tape or not?
Yeah, play the tape. Because I'm on a job in the city.
Yeah.
Just as O&A was about to play that tape, I had to go do a little police thing. But, yeah, play the tape. I need to hear that tape.
Thank you very much. All right, that's from the police department, Fezzy.
There you go.
So what I would call heroes.
There you go. So that's a vote for all the heroes. They want to hear the tape.
You see that the cops are now not wanting to do photo ops with the president?
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that one.
The president didn't back some bill that would have got cops raises or something.
I know there was the big protest, the big gathering in Times Square. 15,000 cops? Is that what showed up?
Well, I should have been there.
And then some firefighters, too, I believe.
Yeah, well, it was cops and firefighters together. Here's Marty. Marty, you're on Ron and Fez.
Marty.
Gentlemen, play the tape.
All right, that's another play the tape.
Okay. So far, it's unanimous.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Tom, what can we do for you?
I gotta be the man, play the tape, take it up.
People love Pharrell. Let's just admit the fact that there are people out there that love Pharrell. Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Pete.
8896 here.
Yeah, buddy.
Hoo-ah! You play all those lousy bands, play the lousy comedy tape.
All right, now that's not positive or encouraging.
Is that Hillary calling back? Michael, you're on Ron and Fez.
The mean girl. Hi, Michael.
Hey. Like a train wreck. I think you should play the tape. We gotta see it. We gotta hear it.
Like a train wreck. All right.
Like a Faces of Death video, Ronnie. Put it in and play it.
Dennis, you're on Ron and Fez.
Dennis.
Yeah, later for that hoe, man. Play that tape.
Later for that hoe, Fezzy.
All right. That's another vote for Play the Tape. One against the hoe.
Here's Linda.
Joanna. Linda, go ahead.
How are you? I was at the Red Bank show
at front row center, and you should definitely play that tape.
Did you get blood on you at that show?
My gosh, it was brutal.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Linda.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Steve, what do you want?
I can't even believe this is a discussion right now. Play the tape.
All right, there's people that can't believe. What's the voting?
We're at 10-0 right now, including my vote.
That would be 100%. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez?
Ron and Fez, it's Scott. Play the tape, please.
All right, that's another one.
Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hate to break the ice, boys. Don't play it.
Why is that?
No.
Well, because I expect some dirtbags like O&A. You guys are a little more classy.
You know,
and you're burying Billy.
what? Don't attack our friends, okay? Don't think that you're
Ain't my friends, bro. I'll play the tape.
We should cancel his vote.
Seriously, it's just wise-ass talk.
Let's just take his vote off.
You know, and no one has ever been here for Billy to weigh. All of us have here at the station.
And what other place could you take a week off, just run away from your job for a week, and not get canned?
The Army, they let you just take off, don't they?
No, I don't think so. I think they want you to stay put.
All right, we're going to play the tape. You know why?
Yes.
Not so much for all the people who voted and said play the tape, but that annoying guy who tries to attack people.
Right.
Like it's anybody else's responsibilities but Billy. And here's the other thing. Norton not only booked him, said he would book him again, but also went and paid for this tape.
Now, see, that.
What am I going to say to Norton? No, the fact that you paid all this money for this recording and gave it to us, we're still not going to play it?
And Norton really trying to be a true friend to Billy Staples.
Norton's got a heart of gold. He's the hooker with a heart of gold. All right, this is Billy Staples. I think it starts with Voss, right? We're going to play it all the way through. O&A kind of stopped and dissected it. I thought that was a little too painful for me today. I think that we'll get the full flow of the show if we run it all the way through.
All right, so we'll do it right from Rich Voss introducing Billy Staples. Can I hit it here, Wonder Boy? What are you doing? All right, thank you.
Pleasure bringing up our next act. You're going to love this guy. He's a good friend of mine. He's been on Comedy Central. He's been on TV. He's a regular on Ron and Fez. Billy Staples, a big hit. What the f*** are we expecting, Fabio? Jesus Christ, that's why I'm at radio. Oh, the dog yelling at me. I'm sure what the hell good you look over there. Hey, any of you guys got paintball guns? Then I'm staying up here. Hey, guys, welcome. Come on, seriously, welcome to Red Bank, a town that's an Indian name for washed up bloody tampons on the shore. You stupid All right. Some of you maybe say to yourselves, why the you got a name like Staples? Because I had that Staples surgery, right? The stomach stapling. Doing a great job, huh? You guys are so kind. Come on. Shut the up and let me do the act. Coming back, you. He's already halfway on the turnpike getting out of here. All right, listen up. Now, seriously, listen to me for a second. When you guys listen to O&A, of course. When I was on O&A, I had a colonoscopy done on the air. Any of you guys have a colonoscopy? Scar? Hey, I'll wait all night for you guys. Go ahead. Hey, I'm the only one who fell for this. Let me tell you, colonoscopy's a big pain in the ass. Right? Well, tell you, hold on. Let me tell you, the worst part is the preparation. You got you are. All right, you guys gonna shut the up for 2 seconds or what? Hey, let me share something with you guys. Can I at least share something with you? I just joined the 12-step recovery program. I'm recovering anorexic. Thank you. You guys ain't gonna laugh at a fucking thing I say, are you? I could be the funniest mother in the world. You guys ain't gonna laugh, are you? You guys really suck. What's that? This so blows. You guys are horrible. You guys are absolutely horrible. All right, you guys want Voss back? Fine, you'll get Voss back. You. Wow, Billy Staples. You wouldn't think you'd be so happy to see Rich Voss again that quick, huh? This just turned from the Red Bank Theater to the White Apollo. Unbelievable. Billy, you don't want to just try a few more? Do 2 more, them. But he's going to do 2. I've just been told I got to do another 20 minutes. Hey, come on, hold on. Let me ask the ladies a question here tonight. Ladies, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it as honestly and quickly as you can. Ladies, does size matter? Holy we got a lot of sluts here tonight. Hey, anybody doesn't think size matter? Girls, where are you? See, you guys don't get it. You guys just don't get it. I'm talking size. You guys ain't giving me a chance, are you? You right here. So what? No tomatoes? No, where are you pussies? All this. Thank you so much. You've been so kind. I didn't know these animals were going to do this. Billy Staples walking off like a pumpkin. Billy Staples. He's a good friend, and you know what? That's going to be a long drive home to Long Island.
All right. Billy Staples, Red Bank, New Jersey, the Count Basie Theater, the Jim Norton Show. That was Rich Voss hosting the show. You heard him.
Billy works blue, huh?
He really, really does.
Yeah, he works blue.
Wow, Billy should have realized that was not the place to have a dialogue with the audience.
Now, normally when you do a gig, you'll tell the MC, here's my ending bit, so you know you're ready to come back up. So I guess before the show, he said to Voss, all right, I end with, you want effing Voss back? Fine. Here's effing Voss.
That'll be your cue.
In the meantime, he's attacking Richie. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, God. Is that uncomfortable? It's just horrible. All
right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. And we'll play it one more time. It's the Ron Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, 102.7 WMEW.
WNEW showcasing Giants play-by-play. You gotta love it. The next 2 preseason games can only be heard here on 102.7 WNEW. This Saturday afternoon, the Giants are at Atlanta to see Michael Vick. Then next Saturday night, the Giants and the Jets will be banging heads. This special Giants FM showcase. The next 2 games is only here on 102.7 WNEW.
Ron and Fez here to tell you it's time for Hotwire's Fall Fair Sale. That means you can save more than ever on domestic and international flights with Hotwire.
Hotwire, Fezzy. It's all happening this fall, but you got to get on these deals now. You got to be able to book your trip before August 30th.
Hotwire's the site that's going to get you the better deals on major airlines. In fact, if you use Hotwire, the way it's going to work is you're going to get flights on big-name airlines for no-name airline prices.
That's terrific.
That's excellent.
Now, how do we reach them? Online?
Yes, on Hotwire online.
All right, how do you do that? I'm just trying to learn this computer.
All right, you go on your computer.
Right.
And I guess you go to hotwire.com.
That's H.
H-O-T.
Any slashes or anything, or it's just spell out Hotwire?
Just Hotwire, all one word.
Hotwire.
H-O-T-W-I-R-E.
That's H.
H-O-T.
I do the hunt and peck, so just give me a second.
Mm-hmm. More hunting and pecking.
H.
H. Did you find the H?
There it is.
There you go. Now,
nothing yet. Oh, you got to do the whole name.
You got to do the whole word Hotwire and then your .com.
Gotcha.
All right, and do it now before August 30th for their Fall Fair Sale so you can save like you've never saved before.
O.
You got the O?
Right.
All right. Next would be T.
So far it says O. Oh, T.
Right, that way you can have the hot part, and then you just need the wire after that. It's time to take the Hotwire Travel Challenge. You can do it too, just like Ronnie is. Visit the other travel sites, then go online to Hotwire for amazing deals on domestic and international flights during Hotwire's Fall Fair Sale.
T.
All right.
All right, so now I just got to do wire.
Yeah. W.
Let me get a snack first.
Log on to Hotwire before August 30th. You could save more than ever from Hotwire. And if it couldn't be any better, our own prodigal Billy Staples has come back, and hopefully he'll be at the Rockin' Ribs.
Maybe he'll do some of that stand-up for us.
Oh, do you think we could get him to? Do you think it's possible?
Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Steve.
You really want to kick him when he's down?
Always.
Oh, okay. How's Billy Hiatus Staples been?
That's your big deal? This is your gimmick?
No gimmick.
Here's Bob. Bob, you're on Ron and Fez. Bobby, you're on the air, buddy.
Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I got a clip here. I was in Pennsylvania this weekend, and there's a Wisecrackers Comedy Club with a Billy Elmer.
Billy Elmer?
And a picture on it looks awful much like Billy.
I bring Elmer in here.
And it was at Wiseacres?
Wisecrackers Comedy Club. It's in a Howard Johnson's.
Are you touring as Billy Elmer?
No, I don't even know a Billy Elmer.
You know what? I think I do know a comic named Billy Elmer. It seems very, very familiar to me. Are you serious about that, Bob?
I got the paper right in my hand, and it's Route 611 or 302 I-80 in Bartonsville.
Fezzy, I swear I think you and I used to know a Billy Elmer.
All I can think of, all I know is Billy Staples and, of course, the late Uncle Elmer from the WWE.
All right, I'm going, I looked it up online. Billy Elmer started his comedy career in high school. Here's the pictures of him, and it looks like Staples.
Oh, weird.
He looks like a younger, happier Staples.
Does he look familiar to you, Ronnie?
Yeah, everybody does. I'm at the point now in my life where everybody, if I didn't meet him, I feel like I know of them. It's one or the other. It's like, no, I don't think I know him, but I know his work pretty well.
I've heard the name.
You could bring up any Chinese name. I'm like, yeah, I think I know him. Billy, you gonna shake this off?
Yeah, it's just gonna take me a little bit. This was quite traumatic.
It's been over a week.
Well, I just got my head back together, and if there was some things I would like to say if I had a chance.
What's with the paper?
Well, I wanted to make sure I got it right.
You want to say some things or read a speech to us?
A prepared statement.
No, the last time this happened, you had crapped on a check.
No, this is nothing as drastic as that. This is just my feelings about what happened.
All right. Should Fez and I get out of your way and let you speak directly to the audience?
Well, you are involved in this, but yes, it's to you, the audience, and a few other certain people.
All right, go ahead, Billy.
If it makes you feel better, fine. Go ahead.
Once again, my behavior has put me in a situation that requires me to speak publicly about it. My absence from the Ron and Fez show last week after my disappointing performance at the Jim Norton show was inexcusable and unprofessional. I realize in retrospect that I was wrong for once again letting my personal demons take control and govern my performance. This is inexcusable to let any chemical imbalance I may have to disrupt my at-work performance. It is with the deepest regret that I extend my apologies to Ron and Fez, two of the finest men I have ever had the privilege of calling friends. I refused their advice regarding me performing at the Norton gig and went and did what I wanted to anyway. In return for their help, I turn around and do not show up for work for a week. I just hope that my continued attendance and continued competence in my job will let them see past my grievous error once again. To Jim Norton, I would also like to say I'm very sorry. It was never my intention of getting booed off the stage before you came on to deliver your, as usual, above excellent performance. I was ashamed to see you face to face after the show, and fearing for my own safety, I thought it best to leave early without apologizing in person. To Rich Voss, one of the kindest men I've ever met, you went out of your way to try and make my dismal performance as good as possible. You showed me what it means to be a true pro in the sense of the word. It is my hope that I may one day be able to stand there and deliver in the face of adversity as you did. And finally, to all the patrons at the Count Basie Theater on the night of August 10th, who paid their hard-earned money to see me that evening, I am sorry for disappointing you. Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
I hate your breakdowns, but I love your speeches when you come back.
Well, because that's from the heart.
I think they need more dry mouth gulps in them.
And finally. And you're trying to be an actor, too.
Well, this is not acting. This is real. This is very.
But I'm just
this is
saying,
hard for
as
me
an
to say.
actor, what are you going to do when you have lines and you're going to be...
Well, because that's acting.
Yonder lies the kingdom of me father.
Well, there's a big difference between acting and real life. It is the eat.
Here's Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
What is 15692?
All right, buddy.
I could have sworn I just heard the Al Deuce crap on a check speech, and you just changed a couple words.
It does sound a lot like that. Remember this, Billy.
I know now that joking with fecal matter is never justified. Well, when you make two mistakes, there'll be two speeches.
You've made more than two mistakes.
It's like you took out Al Dukes' name and put in Count Basie's.
Here's my favorite speech you ever made.
My name's Billy, and I am an alcoholic.
We taped that from his last meeting. Kenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
That was a good speech, Billy.
The speech worked on me, Fezzy. The slate is clear. I'm ready to give Billy a new shot.
I don't like the part where he considers us friends with him.
Yeah, that was a little too comfortable.
Sounds like he's telling people that. Go ahead, Kenny.
I didn't believe one word in that speech whatsoever.
Me neither.
Tongue in cheek, 100%. He's being a wise guy like he always has been. Get rid of him. Billy, you suck.
No, I'm sorry you didn't accept my apology.
All right, that call could go either way, I think.
Honestly, why didn't you just come out that night to Count Basie and read the speech? Because that had me laughing a little harder than what you did that night.
But I never expected that to happen.
Why wouldn't you expect it? Fez and I told you what was going to happen.
And I've subsequently apologized for that. I was delusional. I thought it would be different than what you made it appear to be.
First you crap on a check, then you're apologizing to Count Basie for crapping on his stage.
You need a butt plug, my friend. Barry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Barry.
Yeah. 86.99 here.
Hoo-ah!
Billy, you forgot one important part of your speech.
What was that?
I resign.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, remember how we begged him to put his job on the line?
At any point did you say yes, Billy?
No, I never. No.
Can you
edit some tape, Rory, that makes it sound like he said yes?
Yeah, that's very easy.
No, but we'll know that it's not true, so it really wouldn't be fair.
Ted Ted, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Chad.
Hey, Billy's got to check out, man. It's a big world. You know, he's going to find his Frenchman just like Jerry Lewis did. Somewhere somebody's going to think the guy's funny.
Maybe a special ed class.
You're going to find your audience.
I know.
You're going to find people who think like you and listen to you.
My name's Billy, and I am an alcoholic.
Hi, Billy. Lenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Lenny.
7-8, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Two things, real quick, Billy. Drinking a bottle of Bacardi is not a chemical imbalance. And second of all, I finally found somebody who did something more embarrassing than you did. One of my college roommates sent me a magazine, like a third-rate porno magazine, in which my first girlfriend that I dated for 3 years was doing tampon porn.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, all right.
I still don't think it's as embarrassing as Billy, though.
Here's Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Kevin, what can we do for you?
Yeah,
Hey,
buddy.
Rich Voss is the kindest guy he knows. He better broaden his scope. Kindness and Rich Voss just don't go hand in hand. He brought him back up there to skewer him.
Yeah, that was awful when Voss brought you back.
See, I didn't see it as awful. I thought he was giving me a second chance.
And he was loving it.
Yeah, you got a second chance.
A second chance to get booed off the stage again.
Voss would have given him a third and a fourth chance if he could have.
But Billy broke loose at that point. Ran out the stage door.
Here's Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jim.
Butt-ass.
Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
Billy, you are a fat, pathetic loser.
All right, come on.
Guys, fire him on the air tonight, please. This is a joke.
We take him back.
If anybody missed their job for a week, would they have a job when they came back and read some ridiculous letter?
We do what we always do. We take Billy back. That's our place in his life. Here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
We're always his bottom. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
You guys, I think that you and you two guys are more responsible for Billy's problems than anybody else because he messes up and you enable him to come back and make the mistake over again.
Thank you.
Fire him, let him learn from his mistake like any other alkie, and then he'll grow up.
Now we can't fire him for having a bad show.
You can fire him for not showing up to work for a week again.
Yeah, okay, thanks. That part's true.
Maybe you're talking about firing somebody for alcoholism, which is a disability, which is,
right,
not allowed.
You can't fire somebody for being a drunk? You honestly...
seems crazy.
All right, let me say this, Billy. You put yourself the same place with a guy who's paralyzed.
No, but under the National Disabilities Act, when I was in rehab, I did collect disability, so...
Unbelievable.
What if we called OSHA because your breath is a fire hazard?
Your disability is your ability to unscrew a cap. Literally, if we cut off your hands, maybe then we'd be okay.
He's imbalanced, Ronnie. There's too much rum in his blood. There's more rum than blood. It's a chemical imbalance. It's awful.
So, Billy, you honestly think that the same thing for you is somebody that has a disability?
Yeah, of course.
So you should be able to park closer to the mall than the rest of us.
Only if I'm drunk,
At least the liquor store.
If you're drinking, yeah, but I mean, if you're not, it's a different story.
Are you drinking or are you straight again?
No, I'm not drinking today.
Today's a good day, huh?
Today's a good day.
I hate the vague answers.
Today we got the chip back?
No, I'm chipless today. I don't have it.
But today's a good day. You could pick up a chip.
He's chipless in Chappaqua.
Here's Frank. Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Billy.
Yo.
Yeah, the apology would have been a lot more sincere if you did it in a Dickie Goodman form there. Fatso.
Do you want to do like a Dickie Goodman apology?
No, this is not a bit. This is this was something sincere and heartfelt, and this is not a Dickie Goodman parody bit like the other ones.
All right, pull that. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. Use that one.
I drink alone would be perfect for this.
Good one.
Party all the time.
Driving my life away.
Perfect. Driving my life
away. Good.
Pennsylvania, here I come.
We're living here in Allentown.
Sure. Nice one.
Those would all work in your Dickie Goodman apology.
Right.
Get that Patsy Cline, I'm so sorry.
Good evening, boys.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing, buddy?
I was gonna kind of defend Billy, but Bill, you got to realize something. Alcoholism and drug addiction is not a disease. You chose to do these things. You chose to drink. You chose to do drugs. You
How do
messed
you
up
answer
last
that,
week.
Billy?
You messed up last week. You missed a whole week's of work. You better bend over backwards for these guys. I mean, do whatever you have to do for this show.
I am. I'm here. And unfortunately, you don't know that alcoholism is a disease.
Billy.
It's something you're born with. There's nothing you can do about it.
You chose to drink. You chose to drink.
I didn't choose to have the gene for that for hereditary for alcoholism.
That's a cop-out, Billy. That's a cop-out. Toughen up. Be a man, Billy.
I'm here.
You need to worry about is the one you're hiding the vodka in.
All right, so Billy, how does the alcoholism gene work? You were born with it, and if you never had a drink, you'd be fine.
Correct. And the more you drink, it stimulates the dopamine, and that makes you crave more of the alcohol or the drug.
Right.
Put the dope in dopamine. Now, where do you get your hereditary alcoholic gene from? Was your mom and dad drunks?
No, not at all. Probably from further down the line.
Yeah, it could have went as far back as, all the way to Adam, who drank like an animal.
He likes cider.
It's Adam's fault.
This is the part in the program where we sing a drunk song. Drunk songs are usually done in small bars and bistros in the wee hours of the morning. Usually talked or sung by a fellow who's got problems, like his broad flew to coop with another guy and all the bread. So if you'll assume the position of a bartender, that's the way these guys behave.
Was this Voss introducing you at Count Basie? Is that how you were brought out on stage?
No.
That would be perfect. That should be your intro.
Quit looking at your shoes and look at us when we talk to you.
I talked to Norton. Here's a couple things that Norton said, Billy, that really should put your job in jeopardy. Number one, you bugged him to get that. You came up and you brought up that you should be opening for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, and we asked you over and over again. That wasn't the case, right?
And it still is not the case. I did not ask to open for Jim Norton.
How did it happen?
We were both by the mail rack, where the mail is, and I said,
the email rack.
What? You mean a computer?
No, the mail slots where we get our mail.
What mail slots?
Listen,
go ahead.
Those girls deliver the mail. That doesn't make them the mail sluts.
And I just said, how's things going for the show? And he goes, good. And I said, oh, that's good to hear. He goes, do you want to do some time? And I said, I'd love to.
You ought to do some time at that DUI facility with Lizzie Grubman.
If you had a time machine, would you go back and stop that conversation from happening?
Without a doubt. It was without a doubt the worst night of my professional performing career.
It would, and I don't think it was. That's the odd thing about it. Billy, do you wish that somebody would have warned you not to do that gig?
No, I was warned.
By two people who begged you.
Yeah, well, I unfortunately didn't take it seriously. I trusted my own expertise over yours, and I was wrong.
You have no expertise in comedy.
Oh, I definitely don't, especially now. I definitely don't.
All right, here is Brian. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Brian. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Billy, alcoholism is not hereditary. My old man was an alcoholic and used to beat me, and I have no urge to drink at all.
Well, that's good. It skipped a generation. It's like colorblindness. It skips.
I've got a 4-year-old kid, and I love him to death, and I got another one on the way. And I said.
Well, the good news is, according to Billy, your children will drink.
I hope not.
Watch you keep an eye on the 4-year-old.
You'll be sandwiched in between alcoholics. Your whole life with people screaming. The beginning and end of your life will be drunk screaming and hitting you. All right, Brian.
All right, thanks, guys. Later.
Dennis, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
Shoot, man, Billy.
Yeah, what's up, Dennis?
My dad's an alcoholic. I got the gene. I like to go out and have a few drinks, but you got to be a man enough. That's the willpower, to tell yourself no. That's enough,
Billy, is it willpower?
It's a presence of will, I guess you could say. I mean, it's not just all willpower. You have to turn your will over. And
what if we started calling it Bill Power?
I don't have that.
Bill W. Power. Well, you changed your name to Billy Waples.
I have enough
so
names.
You could be Bill W.
I know you get enough names.
You got enough chips.
Yeah, no.
Now you're Billy Elmer.
Yeah, right. Great.
Why are you being like this, Billy? And you know what?
When he doesn't fight back.
Let's not blame your act on alcoholism. You were sober when you walked out there.
Right.
Yeah,
You were
I know.
drunk after.
You weren't drunk on that stage.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You should have been.
I was so wide. We had a big Starbucks Frappuccino thing. I was wide. I was ready to go.
Did you think you were going to kill?
Yeah, I absolutely did. Ronnie, I would never set foot on the stage without thinking I was going to kill. You don't do that in the business. You got to walk on with confidence, you know.
One of the things that we heard is that you looked paralyzed with fear. We heard that from Voss.
Well, I can't tell you what I looked like.
He said you look like a wounded animal, I believe.
That would probably explain it pretty well. I mean, from what happened when I got out with what I got hit with, basically.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know, just the fact that I walked out, there was a wall of booze and insults. And,
Booze?
Yeah.
Mr. Booze Hound. You should have felt home at a wall of booze.
No, I meant booze like in booing. I was getting, booed.
A wall of tears?
A-hole, a-hole, a-hole. And,
Does it still haunt you at night?
yeah.
It
Yeah,
should.
I still hear it, a daughter comments and
You
everything.
hear it in the hallways here.
Will you ever get up on stage again?
I don't have any plans.
Not in this country?
No, I don't know if this in this lifetime.
Wow, they took shots at your daughter, too? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What'd they say about her? Your father's a drunk?
No, that I could have handled. Just the nasty stuff, which I don't really care to repeat.
Sexual things?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And if that doesn't throw you off, not that I really think I had a chance anyway, but that definitely got to me.
At what point did you realize you didn't have a chance anymore? Before you even went on stage?
Yeah, the minute they saw me in the wings and the booing started.
They saw you eating wings and started booing at the pre-show dinner.
All right, here's Frank. Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Frank, what can we do for you tonight?
He has some nerve saying that he's disabled because he has an alcohol problem. No, that's willpower. I'm disabled because of an alcoholic. All right, Billy, I'm the one in the wheelchair.
Okay.
All right.
What happened to you, Frank?
What happened to me? Getting T-boned by a drunk driver out here in Brooklyn. December 8, 1999. My life changed forever because of an alcoholic. And this guy's saying he's disabled. All right? That's wrong. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Billy, to say that you're protected by the ADA.
Billy, what do you say to that?
Frank, I'm terribly sorry for what happened to you. That's tragic.
It's tragic, but don't say your disability because you can't put a bottle down is a disability. That's willpower.
Well, Frank,
that's control.
I did not make that decision personally myself. They just sent me a check from the Disability Foundation when I went to rehab,
But don't tell me, but you just said it now that you're considered disabled.
I swear, if there's a check, he would pick it up from the Nazi party.
How many checks? What was the checks? What did they pay you, Billy?
He's so low. I swear he would accept payment from the Taliban.
Take that money.
My name's Billy, and I am an alcoholic.
Donate that money.
Billy, how much did they give you?
21 days pay.
If it's anonymous, how do they know who to make the checks out to?
To Cash. They sent it to
Johnny
Cash.
Cash.
All right, now, Frank, if it helps at all, the pain that you've gone through being paralyzed still can't be as bad as Billy's stand-up act. At least you have that, right? You have your dignity.
Yeah, you got that much, Frank.
Between you and O&A, I heard it enough. I enjoy your show immensely.
Thank you very much.
And you guys have a good night. But, Billy, you're not disabled. All right? And thank you for letting me have my piece.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
See you, buddy.
Take care, buddy.
Seriously, you're making people feel better, Billy.
There goes a guy, Frank, Billy, that if most people had the choice, who would they want to trade places with, you or him? People would pick Frank.
I saw the stand-up of Billy's, and I believe he's been punished enough. And everything Fez and I told you about having some killer stuff, not talking to the crowd. You united a crowd like I've never seen hecklers before.
You were practically giving the hecklers the lines to say to you.
Well, it was very difficult because it was so loud. It was so horrendous. People were saying things, and I couldn't respond because it was just such a din of everybody just yelling and screaming how much I sucked and whatever all at once. It was tough to hear.
I thought you got a lot of that from just me and Fez.
When we couldn't talk you out of this, Ronnie and I told you how to work a big room.
Oh, and I took your advice to heart.
No, you didn't.
I wore a bright shirt.
That part was a joke.
You didn't make one right decision. Ronnie and I saw this videotape. You didn't make one good call.
Well, I looked toward the back, but unfortunately the people in the front were heckling me.
Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, what's up? Staples, you ain't got no disability, man.
Okay.
I mean, I'm blind. That's a disability. Ooh, you can't put a bottle down.
Look, guys, I'm not comparing
Adam,
a
were you
disability.
born blind?
Yeah, I was.
Well, Billy was born with this gene, he tells us.
He was born with a gene, eh?
He says he was born with alcoholism.
He's not deaf, Fez. He's blind.
So...
Great, now I have to read a statement.
All of a sudden, just like a mutant from the X-Men, you got a gene that said that you could pick up a damn bottle?
He
is.
is.
Check for money?
He's Liquor Man in the X-Men.
There is a difference. Unfortunately, yours is a little more debilitating. I feel bad for you. That's
a little
terrible.
more. It's a lot more. Would you rather be sitting at a bar?
I know. This Adam is blind. You're just blind drunk.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm not.
All right.
Peace out, brothers.
All right.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's not,
You want to rethink this disability stance before you cash another check?
I didn't I didn't pronounce it that.
Lee, you're on Ron and Fez.
Go ahead, Lee.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Fez.
But
listen, hey, Billy, I think you set yourself up for a fall every time. I mean, every time that you're going out to do something big, you kind of take a crap. And not only on yourself, but on the show as well. Yeah, I mean, if everybody sitting around in that little circle can't see that, and you can't see that, I mean, there's got to be something going wrong somewhere.
Other than this, when have I ever taken a crap on anything I attempted to do?
I mean, come on,
everything.
Billy. How many times have you been married? How many times have you fallen off the wagon?
5 rehabs.
How many times have I'm popping pills, I'm drinking booze. Hey, look at me,
Here's his theme song.
Smoking weed, we doing coke, drinking beers, rolling fatties, smoking blunts, smoke the blunts.
Thank you very much, Lee. He does have a point. I'd love to see you put one W in this column of yours.
That would be so nice.
Pick up a win.
It's going to happen soon.
You're the Washington Generals of humanity.
Well, things have got to get better because they certainly can't get worse.
I think they could.
How?
We'll find a way. All right, here's Kelly. Kelly, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, Kelly?
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez. Card holder number 14773.
All right, baby.
Hi, Billy. I'm from AA.
Hi,
and I understand that alcoholism is a disease. You're right about that. But the first step tells you that once you take that first step, it tells you are powerless over alcohol and that your life has become unmanageable. That's where you need to take the step and change your life. Okay, Billy, it's up to you what you do with that.
Oh, no, I understand the first step very well. I just don't adhere to it all the time.
Well,
How many times you've been up it?
What are you, 1 week on, 1 week off, Billy? Is that your deal?
No, look, what I do...
You're like a fireman. It's 3 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 3 days off.
It's really sad, Billy, to hear you. And the other day when you came back, when we heard you on just calling from out of the area, I felt really bad, but the more and more I listen to you pity yourself, the more it's like, God, Billy, get a life.
Maybe you didn't hear his speech. Maybe you should do your speech again, Billy.
Yeah, you want to do that?
That's his way of his first step.
Would you like to hear my speech?
He always goes immediately for the amends.
Yes.
All right, Billy, let's hear it.
All right, thanks, Kelly. All right, here's Billy's speech, which he's okay with me now, Fezzy. I mean, I believe him.
After this speech?
I believe him this time. I really do. After hearing this speech, I think he's going to turn it around.
He's just going to do something worse.
No, it's going to happen for me.
All right, let me check with the Hawk, who's always so wise. Hawk, you've been here through everybody's reigns. It's always the Hawk staying with us.
I know.
Do you think?
How did the Hawk become the cockroach of the show's evolution?
I'm so glad you said roach this time. What do you think of Billy's speech?
I think he was sincere, but...
So do I, Billy. That's great.
I don't know if he has the willpower to...
yeah, that part. The Hawk's right about that.
We're calling it Bill Power now.
Bill Power.
Thank you.
You're like a weak, pathetic guy with a heart of gold.
That's a pretty fair assessment, Ronnie. You pretty much nailed it right on the head.
And we'd love to stab you in the chest to get to it.
You want to get that tattoo?
Weak, pathetic guy with a heart of gold? You can get it on your chest if you want.
All right, here's Billy's speech one more time. It's a good one. I like it better than the last time he was allowed back on the show.
I don't care for this speech as much. It doesn't mention fecal matter.
Well, that's only because there was no fecal matter involved this time.
Change. I thought he was going like a monkey, crap into his hand and chuck it at the audience. His only way of getting out. I got to tell you, when I watched that, Billy, here's my most embarrassing thing. When you pulled the shirt up over your head, I was humiliated for you.
Mine was the crotch grab.
I don't remember that.
The fact that you had to feel around to find it first.
Or after the crowd got on your side a little tiny bit, you called every woman a slut. After they clapped for you.
Oh, I was trying anything I could at that point.
Now, one correct decision was made on that stage. From wardrobe on down.
Is that when you started thinking to yourself, how far am I from a bottle? How many steps were you from the bottle?
It was on the second floor dressing room.
Really?
Yeah, it was in a cooler. Hidden under the waters.
He's never more than 3 feet from a bottle.
Just in
Even
case.
when he's really worked all the steps, he still keeps a bottle nearby.
He keeps, written on the bottle is, in case of emergency, break this glass. And start drinking.
All right, let Billy do his speech.
All right. Go ahead, Billy.
Thank you. Once again, my behavior has put me in a situation that requires me to speak publicly about it. My absence from the Ron and Fez show last week after my disappointing performance at the Jim Norton show was inexcusable and unprofessional. I realize in retrospect that I was wrong for once again letting my personal demons take control and govern my performance. This is inexcusable to let any chemical imbalance I may have to disrupt my at-work performance. It is with the deepest regret that I extend my apologies to Ron and Fez, two of the finest men I've ever had the privilege of calling friends. I refused their advice regarding me performing at the Norton gig and went and did what I wanted to anyway. In return for their help, I turn around and do not show up for work for a week. I just hope that my continued attendance and continued competence in my job will let them see past my grievous error once again. To Jim Norton, I also say to you, I am sorry. It was never my intention of getting booed off the stage before you came on to deliver your as usual above excellent performance. I was ashamed to see you face to face after the show, and fearing for my own safety also, I thought it best to leave early without apologizing in person. To Rich Voss, one of the kindest men I have ever met. You went out of your way to try and make my dismal performance as good as possible. You showed me what it means to be a true pro in the sense of the word. It is my hope that I may one day be able to stand there and deliver in the face of adversity as you did. To all the patrons at the Count Basie Theater on the night of August 10th, who paid their own hard-earned money to see me that evening, I am sorry for disappointing you. Thank you.
We'll take a break and we get back here. Fez is a present for Billy Staples. You don't want to miss this one. It's Ron and Fez.
Kind of a welcome back song for Billy Staples.
Nice. Billy Staples invited back Fezzy after a heartfelt apology to not just you and I, but the listening audience, the people who bought tickets, Voss, and of course Jim Norton.
Correct.
By the way, I know that O&A are playing the, from what I understand, are playing the bit tomorrow where Brian Regan dissects Billy's act.
They'll actually go over the audio of Billy's act, his performance at Red Bank, the Count Basie Theater.
Which is interesting for me because it's the best comedian I've ever met talking about the worst comedian I've ever met.
Your Bizarro world showed up together.
I wasn't even aware he was here and heard that.
Oh, yeah. He adds a commentary along with Ronnie and O&A. So you get to hear that tomorrow on the O&A show.
Norton.
Yeah.
Everybody sat around and just did like a comedy roundtable on you.
Great.
So I'm sure you appreciate that.
But at that point, we didn't know that you had a genetic problem.
That you were disabled. I say you're handy-capable.
No, it's, it's what you make with it. And, it's you get the chemical imbalance.
And you make margaritas with your disability.
Here's Danielle. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Billy. I'm really happy that you're back.
Thank you, Danielle.
And I just wanted to tell you that, first of all, it is a disability. It's not a genetic disorder, but there is a genetic predisposition for alcoholism. It's certainly not anyone's fault that they take a first drink. And Billy was just predisposed, and it is a disability because it affects his reality. It affects us. He perceives things, which probably is why his comedy is a little bit lacking, and why he was able to go out on the stage.
Thanks for sticking up for him.
All right, thank you very much.
No, I really am.
Well, you know what? You're right about something, because when Fez and I tried to explain to him this was going to happen, he was so grandiose then.
Yeah,
he was so over the top, not a care in the world. Yet after the show, it's not so bad, but he's down and he's depressed.
But you spend years under the influence of alcohol, and you expect him to have the same perspective that you do. You expect him to know that he's going to go out there and bomb and be destroyed.
But you had been dry for a while, hadn't you, Billy?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was doing very well.
And people call and they're just, your disability is, holding a bottle. That's simplifying it to the point where it's just plain stupid and incorrect.
All right, thank you, Danielle. All right, so she's saying it's not your fault, Billy.
Yeah, the problem.
Bombing was not your fault.
Yeah, but I was sober when I went on stage, so I can't blame it on that.
Yeah, but you weren't sober a half an hour after it happened. You took 5 minutes of rejection and turned it into a week's worth. All right, here's Diane. I'm having a little trouble with the phone. So Diane, you're on Ron and Fez.
Diane. Hi, Fez.
Hi, Diane.
I'm off.
That's okay.
First, I just want to say that I love you guys.
How much?
A lot.
I noticed this about me, Fez. I can't get enough love. So no matter how much, it's not enough.
You got all mine.
It's a good thing.
It's the last thing I need.
Billy?
You're stuck with it. Yeah, go ahead, Diane.
Can I speak to Billy?
I'm right here, Diane.
Billy,
I'm right here.
sweetheart, listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying. I can't believe that you don't see that what happened to you at Count Basie was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
How do you figure?
Ron and Fez tried to tell you not to go on.
Many times.
Many times. And the more they tried to tell you, beg you even, not to go on, the more fuel it gave to those people, those listeners who are going to go to the show. They knew from before the time they walked in the door, whether you were funny or not funny, that they were going to heckle you and they were going to make your life miserable. They didn't even give you a chance.
Wouldn't that be a Ron and Fez fulfilling prophecy? Because I didn't buy into it.
You're right. Excuse me, I misspoke. It's not a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it was, I want to say it was a setup, but I don't mean that in a mean-spirited way.
How can it be a setup when two people say, don't go into that trap?
Because the more you said it, the more your listeners had it in their minds that we're going to give this guy hell. No matter if he's funny or not, we're just going to heckle him till we get him off the stage. And that's exactly what happened.
All right, thank you very much, Diane.
Okay.
But it's not a setup if you tell someone exactly what's going to happen. Hey, don't go into that room. There are people there waiting to shoot you in the head.
And I went on that stage with no doubt in my mind I was going to destroy the room. I had it all prepared. I mean...
people always tease Voss and all. Voss is a tough guy. I've known Voss for a long, long time. Many years before I moved to New York. And Voss has always been a tough guy. He's a road dog. He's able to handle that kind of thing. You say you've been a comedian for 9 years, but you never made your living off of being a comic. You never made your living off the road.
No, that's correct.
A whole different deal.
The only time you made a living off the road is when you were a garbage man.
And I don't want to hurt your feelings with this, Billy, but I don't think that if you were always doing it as a hobby.
It was always a side. I could never afford it. I never supported myself.
Then you were always wrong to call yourself a comic. Well, anyway, even though it's over and it happened, Fezzi has a present for you, Bill.
I certainly do. Here you go, Billy.
I don't know what this cost in money, but I know you did this on your weekend, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did this. I came into Manhattan. I made sure this got done. So I'd have it for you this week if you decided to come back to us.
That's very sweet.
Why don't you just open up and show him from there? I don't want him to get his pulse on the pill.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little nervous.
Ryan, help me. Thank you. All right, here you go, Bill. I had this made especially for you.
For your wall.
Look at this. Very nice. A laminate. It's a giant size copy of your review from redbank.com of the Count Basie show. It's all blown up.
I haven't read it. What does it say?
Oh. Why don't you read him a little bit of it, Fezzy?
Sure. All right. I'll just read you the opening line here. Watching Billy Staples set at the Count Basie Theater fell somewhere between witnessing a steel clubbing and watching Robert De Niro play Russian roulette in a Vietnam prison camp.
Oof.
Although I shouldn't really say perform, it was more like he was ripped to shreds by the ravenous hordes of fans that made up the audience. That's good, huh?
Yeah, why does it have my picture for the Jim Norton show?
Well,
it's your beat-up picture, too.
It's a picture from where you fell up the stairs in Belmore at the Long Island Railroad Station.
And that came from redbank.com?
Redbank.com, and we've had it blown up for you, Billy.
Bessie, I'm speechless. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of it.
We'll probably put this up on either the office door, because it's just about poster size, or that big bulletin board where Ethel hangs up all the goings-ons.
Billy, here it is, still online at redbank.com. And that picture of you is from when you fell up the stairs on the Long Island Railroad.
It actually looks, the fact that they use that picture in this article, it looks like you actually got beat up at the show.
Well, that's a little misleading. I mean, it was a brutal set, but I didn't actually physically get beat up.
Now, the guy actually, I believe he stole this from Voss, too. It's Showtime at the Apollo, and then crossed out Count Basie.
That's the headline on this article at redbank.com.
Now, it's a great article by Eric S. Grissom. I would have went with a different headline, though, Fezzy.
Oh, yeah.
Because not everybody's going to get the fact that they have Sandman at the Apollo.
Right, yeah, because that's the headline. It's Showtime at the Apollo. Apollo crossed out, Count Basie put in. You know, here's the thing. In the article, it mentions even before the giant orange-shirted wearing Billy Staples put his first foot on stage, the cries of "You suck" hit the poor sap like a bag of hate. You know, maybe go with something with the orange shirt. You know, maybe the headline should have been, "Aren't you glad you didn't see this show?"
Well, he got that part right, though. I was wearing orange, so he was there.
What about this one, Fezzy? His wives left him, and so did the audience.
Oh, that's a good headline, Ronnie. That's a good headline. I like that one. All right, how about just something like, "Where's a staple puller when you need one?" Redbank.com.
How about this one, Fez? No act, no dignity, no service.
Oh.
Billy Staples live.
That would have been a good headline for this review. How about they play off that, the Staples, the office supply store? How about if they play off that ad where it's Staples, no, he doesn't got it. And just run that as their headline.
I like that.
That might have been a more suitable headline.
How about, and you do like, a whole movie, like a whole Moby Dick thing, Fez.
Right.
But you just have Staples' picture, a harpoon in him, and then say, "There he blows."
Oh, I love it.
I like that one. There he blows. Is it close to the shore?
White Whale at Red Bank.
Yeah, it was right on the water.
I like that then.
How about just something simple like, "His act needs rehab"?
12 steps on how not to do comedy.
Oh, now see, people would read that. People would read that review. They'd want to check that out, see what was going on. That would be a good headline. How about just something like, "Does anyone know the Heimlich? Hurry, someone's choking on stage." At the Count Basie Theater.
How about just stand up and then walk off the stage?
That might work. How about something like, "Send the Red Cross to Red Bank. There's been a disaster."
I like that one, because you get the two reds then.
Yeah. You use some alliteration. And people, go to that on redbank.com. And they're checking out the article. What was the big disaster at Count Basie? Oh, it was Billy, I see. I understand now.
How about public executions return to New Jersey? Film at 11.
877-692-1027.
We're trying to find a headline that would better suit this great review on redbank.com.
Yeah, looking for a better headline for it. You know, something like, Count Basie, count on Billy bombing.
These are pretty brutal guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first one was bad enough.
It's showtime at the Apollo. Apollo crossed out and Count Basie put in.
Yeah, I didn't even make that connection until you explained it.
See, exactly, and that's what we're worried about, that a lot of people are going to miss this great review. No one in the office is going to miss it because, you're welcome, there's a big giant poster-sized copy of it to hang up.
You know, between his act and that picture of him, it looks like he's doing some kind of Jake LaMotta tribute show. So maybe it just says, I'm not an animal. For the people that are fans of that movie.
Less than Jake LaMotta.
I like that. How about the LaMotta Inns? Here's Cyrus, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Cyrus.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
How about stand up, don't deliver?
Stand up and don't deliver.
I like that. That's a good headline.
Here's Brad. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, bud. 17135.
Yeah, buddy.
Hoo-ah! All right, this one's for the headline. Comedy and drinking. You should give them both up.
Thank you.
There you go. Comedy and drinking, they don't mix.
Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Although that Arthur movie was funny. Hi, Mike.
Hey, guys, what's
Not
up?
the second one where he quit drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think of, how about a few staples for his mouth?
I like that. That would have been a good headline.
All right, Rooster sent this one in. Just have the headline simply say, terrorist uses stand-up comedy to attack fans.
Now the terrorists have one.
I'm telling you that, Rooster. He's on his way. Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Doug.
Dougie.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy stinks up the house.
Billy stinks up the house. That's funny. It's a little inside, I think.
Right.
For people that aren't fans of the show.
I like that one, though. Billy stinks up the house.
That's just cool.
Billy drinks around the house.
What if they went with this angle, then? Count Basie to undergo renovations. May take weeks for staple smell to leave.
I like, but I don't know if they're really going through renovations. And it's got to be truthful.
Oh, that's true. It's that whole journalism thing.
Mush, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mush.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Hi, Mush.
What's up, guys?
I'm
Here's
already
the best
bored.
headline of all.
You did it once tonight.
Yeah, I know, I hate it. Yeah.
But here's the best headline of all. Let's all run away so Billy doesn't have to.
Yeah, maybe Jersey only suffers one night, but PA gets it for a week. Dexter. Hi, Doikster.
Billy Staples can't answer the phone at Count Basie. Get.
All right. That's,
What?
Get. Billy Staples can't answer the phone or the bell at Count Basie. Thank God Count Basie's dead, huh?
Well, that makes two of us.
That could be the headline. Basie rolls over in grave again and again.
Yuri, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Yuri.
What's up, guys? What's up, Ron? What's up, Staz?
Yeah, buddy.
Billy Staples. It makes Nagasaki look like a walk in the park.
It's historical.
Compared to the bomb in Red Bank. Over a week ago. 2 Saturdays ago, now I have to say.
All right, Don writes in, just simply, Fat Man Flubs. And that's the kind of things they do in Variety, Fezzy. I don't know if that's ready for mainstream.
How about fat guy gets stuck on stage? People love to read those stories about a fat guy getting stuck in an elevator shaft from his house.
No Bones writes in, rental car seen speeding from scene of disaster at Count Basie Theater. Matt says on the instant feedback, the headline should read, Billy Staples' his career shut.
God. Where are the staple guns when you need them?
Tall James says, how I wish I was Def Comedy Jam.
These are all great headlines. And you can apply any of them to the great review on redbank.com.
All right, here's one from Carl. Now on Time Life Video when audiences attack. That's from Carl.
But you don't have to keep giving out the webpage, Fez.
Oh, it's redbank.com. I know, it's blown up on the poster size review I got for you.
Let's see this one. This one's from Brooklyn. A young gentleman says, oh, hold on, I'm losing it. Take it to the Red Bank. Billy blows. Yeah. That's from Ed.
How about something like, what was that song, Billy, Don't Be a Hero?
Yeah.
Billy, Don't Be a Comic.
All right, Johnny says, Billy, don't be a zero. Don't even think of the stage.
Better.
Jen says, Billy, note to self, I am not funny. Repeat as necessary. Hank says, apparently comedy is not in the genes.
Were your parents funny?
No, not at all. I'm the first.
Sandy says, how about a hack, some jack, and a bad back?
I like this one. Red Bank, orange shirt, brown underpants. Read all about it at redbank.com.
Greg, you're on Ron and Fez. Greg,
Hello?
yeah, you're on the air, buddy.
21969.
All right, buddy.
About what were you expecting, Fabio? Instead of that, you got, what were you expecting, comedy?
Yeah, that was your opening line. We told you to have a killer opening line. You came up with, what were you expecting, Fabio?
It was a visual imagery.
But Fabio, no longer hot. Not since probably 89.
Still got that butter thing going, doesn't he?
No. He ran away when a goose hit his face. We haven't seen him since.
Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Anthony.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Big ass 20902 here. Hooah! Yeah, how about Jim Norton give us and Count Basie take us away?
That'd be a great headline.
Here's Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, audience chokes on free hot dogs with Billy Staples bombs at Count Basie.
How about something like hold the mustard and the applause, hot dog vendor's son bombs.
Is his mom that popular?
Why does my mom have to come into my bombing at the theater?
They've covered just about everything else in this article.
Hey, George, you're on Fez.
Hey, guys. Hurricane Billy blows big on the Jersey Shore. See ya.
All right, Ronnie, Wonder Boy says he has one.
Okay.
Go ahead, Wonder Boy.
Fortunately, Comic's father doesn't live to see son die on stage.
Oh, God.
Where do you get the nerve to walk in here? And, you know, the calls haven't even gone there, and you do?
Well, it's a play on the fact that your dad's dead.
Yeah, that's not funny.
We understand it.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain the fact that my father's dead, and
But thank God at this point.
No, I never thank God my father's dead. That's
But
sick.
he didn't see you.
Right.
You think he did?
Well, he would have laughed.
At you?
Nobody would have laughed. Billy, I'll make you watch the tape now.
No.
Let's watch the tape, man.
Wonder Boy, leave the studio, please. Just the fact you made that joke annoys me.
Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Kevin, go ahead.
Buddies.
Yeah.
5 letters, 12 steps, 0 laughs.
Another great headline.
That's Staples arithmetic.
That's fuzzy math. We're talking about, of course, the great review of the Billy Staples performance at the Count Basie Theater 2 Saturdays ago in Red Bank. It's on redbank.com if you want to check it out. But it needs a better headline, is all we're saying.
Brian, you're on Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing? How about the bottle's empty and so is the arena? See ya!
How about something simple like man cheats, terrorizes Red Bank? Run for your life.
It's a horror film, not a stand-up that. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Randy, go ahead.
Yeah.
The headline read, the big orange one's the hack.
That's a Reagan reference. The big orange one's the hack.
Great Pumpkin appears in New Jersey. Read all about it.
May not have been funny, but I'm not a hack.
Here's Drew. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Drew.
Fez.
Yeah.
Buddy.
810, new day of infamy.
We'll all remember.
Here's Steven. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Steven. Steven, go ahead. The big orange one's back.
You're on the air, Steven.
Yeah, sorry about that. How about a 21 staple gun salute?
It's a good thing people didn't have staple guns that night.
Floyd, you're on Ron and Fez.
Floyd.
Hey, Ron and Fez. This could also be the title to his biography. Staples can't hold it together.
Staples can't hold it together.
I get it.
It's clever. Here's Scott. You're on Ron and Fez.
Scott.
This just in. Call Countertop. We found someone worse.
It literally was worse than Carrot Top. Tommy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
Shake it up. Shake it up. The drunk tanked at Red Bank.
Simple. Rhymes. It's fun.
The drunk tanked at Red Bank. I love it.
Billy, I'm so glad you came back.
Yeah, me too.
We didn't have anybody to laugh at for a week.
No.
All right, Clack writes this in. How about 2 simple words? You stink.
Maybe the perfect headline.
Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Tom, what can we do for you?
Hey, Ron and Fez, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
Okay, Staples makes Bob Saget look good.
All right, other comics are being drugged down with you, Billy. That's not fair.
That's not fair to them because they weren't at that show.
No, Bob Saget's not funny.
Neither are you.
You'd be the right judge of that.
Don, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Don.
Hey, guys. How about 1,500 have a colonoscopy in Red Bank?
Billy, you wouldn't get off. Billy, you would not get off that hack bit. And the only punchline was pain in the ass.
No, that was not the punchline. I didn't even get a chance. That was just something that was a throwaway.
You brought up, has anyone here had a colonoscopy? You got booed for it, so what do? You keep pushing the issue. You keep yelling it at them.
I needed to get one punchline out.
Then why not do your jokes? Why are you asking them questions?
That we said don't do it.
Well, it wasn't asking one person. I misunderstood you. I thought, when you said don't talk, directly to the audience, I thought you meant like pick on one individual person.
First of all, we said don't go.
Yeah,
After that, we said don't find yourself asking questions to the audience. You had to come in there drilling jokes, one after another.
I misunderstood.
Don't go to the crowd.
Ever. I don't even want you to have cable anymore, Billy. I don't want you to see you stand up on TV and try and hang yourself. Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rob.
Oh, how about this headline? Red Bank was robbed of laughter.
That was a robbery today at the Red Bank. Hundreds of laughs were stolen.
This is the best comedy pyramid we've done in a while. I wasn't even sure with all the problems we'd be able to get off a pyramid tonight. It's beautiful.
You guys are great.
Billy, you're a show saver. Here's Scott. You're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Good, Scott.
Butt balls bombs at the Basie.
Butt balls, butt balls, butt balls.
Butt balls bombs at Basie.
Nice alliteration.
Butt balls don't bounce back.
Butt balls don't bounce back. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, 2506 here.
All right, buddy.
Hoo-ah! Billy Staples, why New Jersey stinks.
We know why that's Saturday night. How about something like, comic can't go home again. Mother changes locks after Red Bank debacle.
All right, he did not bomb in the 30s. You suddenly are making
I'm trying to give it a headline-y feel.
Sending this out to all the Americans and then ships at sea. This just in. Here's Jason. You're on the Ron and Fez show, Jason. What kind of headline you got for the Billy Staples review?
How about comic magnet Norton pulls Staples out of rehab? Crowd puts him back in.
That's too much.
Oh.
That's too much.
How about just something like, overweight, overwhelmed, please just overdose.
That's not fair. You don't want me dead. I mean, it's a big difference between dying on stage and dying in real life.
Here's Danny.
Jesus came back in 3 days. It took you 8.
That's so funny. Jesus got over a crucifixion faster than Billy got out tubing on stage.
I mean, I know you both had painful deaths, but Jesus got it together a lot quicker.
Danny, you're on the air. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, guys. Card number 2129.
All right.
Hoo-ah! I got the boss, Voss, and the bomb. Hit Red Banks.
Yeah, maybe they weren't booing. Maybe they're yelling, Bruce. Bruce.
I didn't think of that, but it still wasn't very receptive, so I think it was booze.
Yeah. You probably should go with your first instincts on that, Billy.
Yeah. But what else could the a-hole chant be?
Staples. Staples.
Hey, the pole sounds a lot like holes.
No, I still don't think it went that well.
All right, Eric, who claims that he's Eric at redbank.com. That's Eric S. Grissom, who wrote the great article on Billy.
Nice.
Says the original title was going to be Great Big Orange Ball of Failure.
Great orange balls of failure.
There's another one. Even orange soda sales down after Staples' performance. Billy gets stapled. Then extra, Hindenburg crashes again in New Jersey.
Orange blimp goes down in flames.
Jibo said the smashed pumpkin comes to Red Bank. Andrew says, here's the headline, Billy Staples, when your disability turns you into a hack.
Maybe they could run your review in the ad section where they go, rental car company offers deal. Rent for one night, get week of self-loathing free. Did you ever take that rental car back?
Yeah, it cost me a small fortune.
Yeah, I guess so.
These are pretty. I'm staying away from all the daughter and mom ones for you.
Well, I appreciate that. That's inappropriate.
Oh, save them for me, though. Can you print those out?
Sure.
I'll get them blown up. Here's
one from Mindcrime. And you have to remember his act. Remember his opening line. Here it is. What were you expecting, funny-o?
That's just silly.
Doc says Billy Staples, sucking is a disability.
That
Greg says Pumpkin Man terrorizes Red Bank.
You should be on the World Weekly News cover.
Here's one. Smoking weed, bombing shows, doing drugs. Happy says, he's so funny he forgot to make you laugh.
These are great. Oh, God, the listeners are good.
Voss, Norton, and Billy, 2 winners and a funeral.
Now, yeah, Billy, I mean, we keep hearing that, no one was going to do well in that situation. Yeah. But Voss kills, and then Norton, of course, kills. So how does that excuse work?
Yeah,
what disability do you have to cover that one?
No comic could really do this. When we saw 2 do it.
Well, they're
2 out of 3.
I realized that night that they're a lot different than me. They have a different stage presence. I'm more of a lovable kind of, big hug a bear kind of guy. And they're more like in your face kind of comics.
You're like the bear that mauled the 5-month-old.
F you, grabbing your dink. You yelled, all you women are sluts. My Pantera writes in, from booze to booze, the Billy Staples story.
Good one, Bobby.
And then Bobby Pantera also said, weebles wobble, but they can't tell jokes.
Let me ask, were
the best callers by far.
Were the other comics wearing bright orange shirts?
No, Voss was wearing white and Jimmy had a black combo.
Okay, all right. Nice We're starting to find a common denominator here. Okay.
That was my lucky shirt, so you always go with your, very superstitious.
I hate to see what happened if you wore your unlucky one.
Here's our buddy Matty Fridays. Matty, you're on Run It Fez.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good,
What's up, buddy?
Red Bank says, Evil, you're not the one for me.
What the hell are you doing still calling the show? Huh?
What's wrong with Matty?
Why can't Matty call the show?
What, you got no one else to pick on now? He's a freaking guy. We don't hear from the guy in months. He calls up and insults me. Weevil? Oh, you're the guy for me? I just love these guys that crawl out of the friggin' woodwork the minute you're down. Weevil? You're the guy for me?
Billy, you are down. You were just lower.
Yeah, but, it's no reason for a guy like Matty Fridays, who's a friend of the show, to come and call up and be,
Oh, he
gave him that status.
He needs tickets for Friday, too, Matty.
Yeah, I already talked to him.
No.
Thank you for taking care of that, Rory.
No problem.
Billy, you of all people should let everybody come back.
Yeah, one thing to come back to a job. It's one thing to be allowed permission to a exclusive event.
Well, you're asking for a clean slate.
Well, I have one. Ronnie already gave it to me.
Yeah, because your apologies are the best. And I'm going to tell you right now, Hawk doesn't make me laugh at him as much as you. Rory tries too hard. He comes in here working every day. I got nothing to comment on with these guys. They're busting their ass for the show. You, on the other hand, you're driving all over. You're a bull. You're simply a bull.
You actually, at 44 years old, am I correct?
44 years young.
44 years young, you actually ran away from home last week.
I was just finding myself, really. It wasn't running away.
You ran away you live at your mother's house. You ran away from home like Beaver Cleaver would because something horrible happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the comedy stylings of Billy Staples. He's gone. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Kevin, Manteets is back. Get a shot in.
Did Billy find his jar of pennies underneath the porch before he ran away? My headline was, Meat Fist, ham-handed in Red Bank.
This is the best show ever.
Yeah, get your shots in now, guys. I'll be back.
You'll be back where?
I'll be back.
On stage?
Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll just...
Where are you coming back to?
Rory, do we want to replay this tomorrow in the midday before the O&A replay of the Billy Staples review goes on?
Yeah, I think that's actually a great idea.
Except for the part where we go, do we replay this tomorrow when it's now today?
Right.
All right, we'll edit out
that part.
Cut that part out.
All right, well, now you haven't edited it out. I see it's still here.
I just said it. That's why it hasn't been edited yet.
The more you talk, the more you have to cut.
I'm sorry. I was doing a little theater of the mind. I can never... He works hard. Nothing with the creativity. Nothing.
No. Very good at filing.
I thought we would have people eat ribs.
He knows his alphabet. That's about it.
All right, Billy, you do remember your opening act, right?
That's correct.
Your opening line.
My name's Billy, and I am an alcoholic.
And you expected that to get a laugh.
Well, you got to play to your strengths.
Maybe we ought to play that show for Billy.
Yeah, let's do it.
No, I haven't heard it yet, and I really don't want to hear it for the first time on the air.
Let's do it.
Billy, it's played on the air in every show.
Yeah, but I have not heard it yet. I mean, just because it's been played, I haven't been around.
Pharrell's using it.
To sound coherent.
Hey, want to feel like we're on Earth, too? Pharrell's still here. Isn't that strange? Who would have lost that over-under?
Hi, Bizarro World.
He's the marathon man. He keeps going. Take a break. Ron and Fez. Hey, it's a chance to talk to the guy who reviewed Billy's show for RedBank.com.
All right, this may be the greatest journalist of all time.
Mm-hmm.
RedBank.com is the website, and Eric S. Grissom was the man who wrote the review of the Count Basie show 2 Saturdays ago in Red Bank.
And Roy, you said we have some comedy tickets to give away, right?
Yes, we do.
All right, what do we got, Rory?
We have tickets to go see the 2002 Summer Comedy Jam.
All right.
It's a 4-pack of tickets at Stand Up New York on Thursday, August 22nd, with some of the best names in comedy.
All right, so let's take the next 10 callers for that, okay?
You got it.
All right, we're giving stuff out tonight. 877-692-1027. All right, let's talk to Eric S. Grissom. He's the one who wrote that review of Billy Staples' work that was titled It's Showtime at the Apollo Crossed Out Count Basie, and that's at redbank.com. Eric is on the phone right now. Eric, how you doing, buddy? You're on the air.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey,
What's up,
Eric.
buddy?
What are you guys doing?
Tell me what that show was like for you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was pretty much what I said. That was the most horrible experience of my life.
Where were you sitting, Eric?
I was about hanging out in row N, and everything was going on. They were giving Voss some trouble, and then Billy came on stage, and the man didn't have a chance. I mean, I think I pretty much said that, but it was awful. It was booze, people, throwing old tires at him. It was just a horrible experience.
Why do you think they were on him like that?
I don't know what. I think they were just gonna be mean no matter who came up. But opening up with that Fabio joke, it didn't help. That was definitely one of those like, ooh, maybe that wasn't the best idea, but really it was just like a wall of hate.
Now,
the poor guy didn't have much going on, and that also wasn't the real title. I actually said it was going to be the big orange ball of failure. But that was just too mean.
Yeah.
My wife was like, you can't do that.
Feel free, Eric.
Right. I was like, that's just not. Because, he didn't have a chance.
Well, the good thing is you were Billy's first big review.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he'd never been really reviewed before.
Oh, I hope it went over well then.
Yeah,
that's one for the old resume, right?
Yeah, Billy, you should be in the room while we're talking about your life.
Yeah, get him in there.
Yeah, the lack of your life.
We were amazed, Eric, because it was Jim Norton's show.
Right.
Yeah. Voss hosted 3 paragraphs out of your 4 was dedicated to Billy.
It was all on stage. Well, because the thing is, first off, I don't even like doing reviews. Because, critics are, usually not the best people in the world. And comedy critics, who are you? I'm some guy writing Redbank.com, sitting in row N.
Bro, you were...
Basie Theater in Redbank, writing, I'm going to judge your comedy.
Well, let me tell you, in this case, you were dead on.
Definitely. Well, it was like, oh, my God, the horror.
I think you captured the feeling of that horrible night.
Wasn't it Apocalypse Now type
feeling? It was
feeling?
definitely a little... I was sitting there eating apples and stuff. It was pretty awful.
Billy, at what point did you know that you were in big, big trouble?
A minute before I walked on stage.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Before you were even on stage.
Now, how would you know that a minute before?
Because as Voss was winding up his act, and I guess the people knew I was coming, and they saw me in the orange on the side, I guess.
Never let anyone see you in the wings.
Yeah, why weren't you just backstage?
Because there was this is the way it was set up. They had us waiting on the side. This is the way.
Yeah, I think that's normal. There's not a lot. I guess there's not a lot of
backstage
area.
So you had to walk down alongside the audience?
No. There was wings on the side of the stage, but they were wide open. Mm-hmm. There was no curtains or anything.
Yeah,
just wide open.
No dark.
Yeah. No.
Just an antelope loose in the open prairie.
Now, was your dressing room back there like that, though? People saw you putting on your pancake makeup.
Yeah, peekaboo showers.
No, I was up on the 3rd floor. I was all by myself.
The 3rd floor?
Yeah.
Did you feel like jumping?
There was actually bars on the window.
Now, Eric, what I went ahead and did for Billy to make him feel better is I had a copy of your review from Redbank.com, blown up poster size.
Oh, fantastic.
So that we can either put it on the office door or on the events bulletin board that the promotions department keeps here.
I wouldn't mind getting it as a billboard for his home club.
I'm going to get several done and use it for wrapping paper for my Christmas gifts this holiday season.
Oh, that's great.
All right, well, thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you, guys.
You brought a lot of joy to our life. We appreciate it. All right, see you later.
Thank you. Eric S. Grissom from Redbank.com.
All right, now it starts for you, Billy. The word's out.
Yeah, I'm killing. I just don't know why he used my beat-up picture, though.
That fit. That was what actually made it really funny.
The picture that Eric used for his review came from WNEW.com, and it was Billy's full-face photo of when he fell up the stairs at the Belmore Long Island Railroad station, and his face was all busted up.
It's just a little misleading. It appears that happened that night. I mean,
It looks like the audience did it to you.
I mean, it was bad. It wasn't physically bad. It was just mentally abusive.
And that picture also fits big, fat ball of orange failure.
All right, we're ready to play this for you, Billy, because you haven't had a chance to hear it all the way through. Now, tomorrow, if you listen to the O&A show, you'll hear Brian Regan discussing you, which is nice.
I thought we weren't going to do this tonight.
No, we decided we would.
Well, after talking with Eric.
Yeah.
We wanted him to relive the fact of his legendary work.
All right, so here's Billy Staples from Red Bank at the Count Basie Theater 2 Saturdays ago.
Pleasure of bringing up our next act. You're going to love this guy. He's a good friend of mine. He's been on Comedy Central. He's been on MTV. He's a regular on Ron and Fez. Billy Staples, a big hit.
All right, let's stop that for a second. Already, Billy, you weren't supposed to use our name.
I told Rich not to. I told Rich that it was not supposed to be in trouble.
So this is Voss's fault.
Well, Rich will vouch for me, I'm sure, that I asked him not to use that.
That is when, here's the thing, you haven't spoken word one at this act yet, and I've already cringed hearing that part of it. All right, here's more of Billy at the Count Basie. Listen to the booze. Takes him forever to get to the stage, to the mic.
What the we expected, Fabio? Jesus Christ, that's why I'm at radio.
All right, why do you sound so angry, Billy? You're snapping at them. And it sounds quiet enough to me.
It actually let down just a little bit.
Yes, but not your time to get them.
And I was attempting to do as such,
What,
you know.
what the F did you expect, Fabio? Which a lot of the younger people aren't going to get.
I was just trying
and
to be
you're
edgy.
barking at them.
Trying to be edgy by bringing up Fabio. And my cringe factor number 2, you said, why the F do you think I'm in radio?
It was a visual thing, because, you know.
I know, but I don't want people thinking you're in radio.
Well, I am.
You're not. Seriously, you're running the phones.
You're in phones.
It's part of radio.
You're practically working at Verizon.
All right, if you ran the phones for the zoo, would you say that you were you worked at the zoo that way? No.
That you were a zoologist?
Yeah.
If the phones were an integral part of a visit to the zoo, I would say yes.
They are, no matter where. The phones are part of it.
All right, you know, you could answer the phones at the White House. It doesn't make you the president.
Yeah, the president and I have been really taking a lot of calls.
It doesn't make you in government.
No, but you'd be part of his staff. You would say you work at the White House.
All right, more?
Oh, the dog yelling at me. I'm sure what the hell good you look over there. Hey, any of you guys got paintball guns? Then I'm staying up here. Hey guys, welcome. Come on, seriously, welcome to Red Bank, a town that's an Indian.
First of all, why did you have to curse in the Red Bank part? Welcome to F in Red Bank?
Well, you know what it's like when you get, you know, it's
not at all.
Well, then I'll explain it. Sometimes when you get out there and when things are not going as you prepared and you thought they go as well as you thought, you do tend to curse more than you would.
I don't see any reason why you thought it wasn't going good at this point. You only did your Fabio joke. That's it.
Actually, the audience doesn't sound like it was mic'd as well as I was from this, because it was loud.
No, they said it was literally just the whole audience was mic'd.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem to be coming through as well.
And why did you start with, but seriously? At that point, why haven't you called them ladies and germs yet?
But seriously, ladies and germs.
Did anyone get the paintball joke? Like,
Yeah,
what was
why
that?
do that dumb joke?
I didn't. That was
Yeah.
funny. I don't understand.
All right, that's Frenchie, and she listens to this show.
Yeah, like, I know what it's from, but did
Right.
everyone there know what it was from?
No, of course not.
Okay. I thought it was just me.
Be ridiculous.
No, have another drink. You're fine.
Okay.
All right, here's more Billy from Count Basie.
Hey guys, welcome. Come on, seriously, welcome to Red Bank, a town that's an Indian name for washed up bloody tampons on the shore.
All right, let's stop it there.
All right.
This is their home, where they live. And what did you say it was? Washed up bloody tampons.
Yeah, but those people did not live in Red Bank. I'm sure that all the people who are at the show are not.
Well, what's
Red
the funny part of that joke? So I know.
Oh, no, it's just something I just tried to make a little local.
All right.
Local flavor.
Let me point this out to you about the whole an old Indian word meaning joke. All right, Red Bank, that's 2 English words.
Right.
Meaning the bank of the river is red. If you're going to do an old Indian word meaning, you need to be in Ronkonkoma, Chappaqua, Mineola.
You know,
something that actually is an Indian word.
Or else say Red Bank means, and then come up with an Indian word.
Right.
All right, well, this is great in hindsight. You know, it's at the time, it seemed like a great idea.
It was awful.
And
you heard the crowd get mad at you then.
Oh, I felt the hate. I felt the hate.
But, I mean, it comes from these jokes tubing.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you go up there and you bite it.
So far, not one good decision made on stage. From the choice of wardrobe to the insulting of the hometown.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, here we go. More jeers.
All right, already. We heard you, you stupid All right. Some of you maybe say to yourselves, why the you got a name like Staples? Because I had that Staples surgery, right? The stomach stapling. Doing a great job, huh? You guys are so kind.
All right, let's stop it there.
All right, let me ask this. I'm sorry to interrupt, but why so long in between jokes? We heard the punchline of that hideous Red Bank joke, and it seems like there's an hour before you even attempt anything again.
You couldn't remember your...
Oh, no, it wasn't that.
Act.
It was just trying to find an opening between the jeers and,
You had enough time to hang yourself.
Yeah, well, I pretty much did. That's probably what happened. So that had never happened to me before. And, yeah, I got flustered because I had never experienced...
So at this point, you already felt like you'd already taken an 8 count.
Yeah.
And you were flustered. You didn't know where you were.
Exactly. It was just like...
You spit out your mouthpiece and you were breathing through your mouth.
And so far, we've gotten a Fabio joke and a really bad tampon joke.
Right.
That's all this crowd's been given.
Well, if you sit here and dissect something minutia by minutia, it's not going to be
But
as
he's
funny.
saying this. You've got 2 jokes and 8 times you use the F word.
Yeah, well...
Not even like you're using the F word to set something up and pound an idea home.
I was trying to win them over.
No, you yelled you F's at the audience. Not at a single guy for ruining the show, but you're talking to the audience now as you F's.
Well, that's the way they were talking to me, so I was trying to react to them on the same
level. It couldn't have been
level.
the entire audience.
Well, it certainly was the vocal majority of the audience.
And during that last hour-long pause in between punchlines, while they're screaming and heckling at you, you actually asked someone in the audience, what did you say?
I wanted to reply, and I wanted to be able to come back with a witty response.
If you're trying to stop the heckles, why are you asking them to be repeated?
Like Fez, it's like we can listen to the tape and we can break
we will.
All right, let's go.
We will.
All right, let's go.
Come on. Shut the up and let me do the act.
Oh, God. Another hour goes by.
Hey, boss ain't coming back, you. He's already halfway on the turnpike getting out of here. All right, listen up. Now, seriously, listen to me for a second.
All right, let's stop this.
All right, now you are the guy who drives the school bus.
Right.
I don't follow.
Listen up, people. People, seriously. People, you need to quit talking.
That was just panic. I mean, I can admit it.
Finally, we've agreed on something.
All right, how's everybody? All right, how's everybody?
That Veronica Vaughn really gets it on.
I wish you could just shut your big yapper.
Oh, God. And you've called them F's again.
Well, that's a defense mechanism. When it's not going well, you curse more than you really should.
I thought your defense mechanism was drinking.
This was during the show.
Oh. Oh, boy. My gosh, and you did. And you did seriously again.
Dark Hippie writes in, this is more painful than watching the dog breathe in the nerve gas.
This is actually worse than the drunk show.
This videotape ought to be sent to Al Jazeera so they can see what we do to people here.
All right, Andrew says he has to know what you got paid for this.
That's no one's business.
You didn't get any money, did you?
No, whatever happened, between me and Jim, that's no one's business. It's a financial matter.
If he gave you nothing, it's still too much.
You still owe him. You owe him change.
This was the worst show of all time.
It's the worst show of my life.
Of anyone's life. Sinead O'Connor went over bigger when she was ripping up the Pope's picture.
Joan of Arc got burned at the stake, center stage. She had a better show than you did.
All right, Bubba says, why not do some stupid Silent Bob and Jay joke, you want to make a joke about Red Bank. You bring up Kevin Smith.
I didn't know he was from there.
Well, you've got to understand, you have got to do a little work, a little preparation. You just can't yell, I'm not Fabio, and then pull your shirt up over your head.
Kindergartners do that. Preschool girls do that when they're pulling up their dresses. Ronnie, there wasn't time to do anything topical. He had Fabio material to get in.
It's always worked before. I was surprised.
Where? Every time you open up the show with, what did you expect, Fabio?
Oh, something along those lines. It was just a bad choice.
Sometimes you said, what, Fonzie?
Hey.
I think 70s references. All right, let's keep trying this.
Oh, God, this is bad.
All right, this on the instant feedback. That Fabio line worked when he was at the romance novel convention.
We're only 2 minutes into the 6-minute debacle.
Oh, no way. This lasted 6 minutes?
Well, we have to, at one point, have Voss coax you back onto stage. But yes.
I think he restarts your heart. He hits you with the paddles.
He defibrillates you.
Well, you guys listen to O&A, of course. When I was on O&A, I had a colonoscopy done on the air. Any of you guys have a colonoscopy?
All right, stop. Hear that cheer because you pulled your shirt up. Now you got him. Yeah. Now you got him. What do? Let's go back to it.
All right, let's see how we take advantage of this. Billy finally gets a cheer at the Count Basie Theater. He's got his opening. What's he going to do with it?
Paintball scar. Hey, I'll wait all night for you guys. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, you have them.
Right.
Then you yell paintball scar for some reason. And then you yell, once again, sounding like the bus driver at school, I'll wait all night for you guys.
Our bus driver used to say that. He wouldn't leave the school to take us home if we were being rowdy. And he'd say, we'll wait all night if we have to.
All right, how's everybody?
You can't relate when you're up there and everything is going wrong. That everything, when you picture it in your head, everything was going perfectly, and then when the ass hit the fan.
Orange ball of failure, it wasn't going wrong.
The ass hit the fan. Chopping up pieces of meat where his butt used to be. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, God!
Dave Balls.
Yeah.
Yo.
I gotta say, colonoscopy might have been funnier than an act.
You literally should have went up there and had that done. All right, in the review that Eric did, one of the things that he said is you were playing to a lot of 20-year-olds.
Okay, I had no way of knowing that.
You looked into the audience.
I can only see the first few rows, and there was 1,500 people there.
Did you notice senior citizens in those front two rows?
I'm not a senior citizen, and I've had a colonoscopy.
So you think it's common?
Yeah, if you're in your late 30s, 40s, of course it's common. It's like you dread your 40th birthday.
All right, let's go.
Okay. He squandered an opportunity. We heard them cheer when he wowed them.
It was a sight gag.
Hey, seriously, any of you guys have a colonoscopy?
Oh, we won't let that dog die.
The only one who fell for this? Let me tell you, a colonoscopy's a big pain in the ass. Right? Well, tell you, hold on, let me tell you, the worst part is the preparation. You got...
All right, let's just stop it. This is a failure of the material and delivery.
No, delivery, yes. Material, no. If I would have been able to get it out properly and, with the way I had planned it and rehearsed it and practiced it, I would have had a shot. But, no, I definitely failed in the delivery department. But, only because of the reaction I was getting. Like I said, I was totally caught off guard.
You're taking way too long.
I was caught off guard. Fez, I'm flustered at this point. It's flustered, panic. Your heart's beating a mile a minute. It's just like, Jesus Christ, is your time up yet?
If only it would have exploded.
No, well, it didn't. I stayed out there and I did what I had to do.
All right, go ahead.
You all!
All right, you yell F you all.
Well, now it's a battle, Ron, and I'm losing badly. It's an absolute battle. It's just like, you know what? I'm one guy, and I have no chance in hell, and I got 1,500 people just screaming at me and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
Billy Staples, put your hands together for him, folks. Megan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Megan.
Oh, hi. I just want to say that was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
And were you there?
I was there, and I knew before he even came out from listening to you guys that it was going to be a nightmare. So when we left after the show was over, and I was hiding behind my boyfriend when Billy was on, because it was they didn't even give him a shot to even get one joke out. So after the show, I met a couple of friends outside, and I was like, I knew it was going to be awful. I probably would kill myself if I was him, go off about poor Billy. And my friend pointed, and Billy was standing right behind me.
You remember this, Billy?
No, I have no idea.
It was a nightmare.
I tried to get out of there as soon as possible.
Billy, I felt very bad for you. That was it was excruciating.
No, it's like having a dream right in front of you and then having it shattered.
Well, the thing is, they didn't even give him a shot. They knew who was coming out, and it was an O&A crowd, and they just knew it immediately and just started ripping before he even got
Okay, who told him that going into it? I said this is an O&A crowd. They're tough.
I know. You thought Norton was setting him up for a bad joke.
Now, Billy,
in his own way, he was.
Yeah.
I mean, Norton knows that Billy's retarded.
It was really one of the most painful things I've ever been through.
Well, all of us are going through it. Thanks, Megan.
Yeah. And Billy, is it
thank
true?
you.
Thank you, Megan. That boss had to tell you to get away from him after the show when he was trying to sell his CDs?
Yeah, because he thought he'd have a better chance of selling more if I wasn't near him. If the crowd was there, they wouldn't come by, and, if I was standing next to him.
And by that, you thought he meant the state?
No.
So you drove over the line into PA?
Yeah.
So you were there after the Norton act?
No, I left when when the crowd started coming out is the minute I left.
Why wouldn't you stay and get your money from Jimmy?
Because I was embarrassed to see Jimmy face to face, and
you know you weren't getting any money.
And I fear
he can't pay you for that.
I honestly got feared for I didn't think I would get out of there safe, even though the cops were there and stuff. I just thought it would be...
Here I thought was your best line.
No, does a retard drink? I don't think so.
That was good.
I thought you would have had the crowd on that one.
All right, let's get back to your act.
Okay. Oh, boy, we got another 3 minutes to go here.
You're kidding me.
All right, you guys gonna shut the up for 2 seconds or what?
Lord.
Hey, let me share something with you guys. Can I at least share something with you? I just joined the 12-step recovery program. I'm recovering anorexic. Thank you. You guys ain't gonna laugh at a f***ing thing I say, are you?
Why would you ask that question?
Because when you do your act and you have a joke always kills.
That joke kills.
That joke kills.
That you're a recovering anorexic?
Yeah, it's a funny little anecdote there thing.
Poor Frenchie is hearing this tape for the first time, just went and put her head in her hands.
Well, you know what?
Hearing that joke.
From this tape, I don't blame her one bit, but you know what? I know that joke is funny. And then when you do not get the reaction that you expect from a joke, all hell breaks loose in your head.
Yes, but it was so quiet and you're screaming at people.
And now you're giving, at this point in the show, you're giving the hecklers the answers. You're saying you guys aren't going to laugh at a single effing thing I say. You're telling the hecklers what to yell at you now.
He thinks they're going to yell, no, we are.
We really love you.
You caught us.
Just kidding.
I like when he said, can I tell you guys something? And they're like, no, you can't.
Right, of course. What else are they going to say? They smell blood at this point.
Well, that's the point where I knew I was a carcass.
You had to wait that long?
No, I mean, that solidified it right then and there. I was like, wow. And I was like, okay, I am in deep trouble now.
All right, let's keep it going.
Okay. Let's see if they are going to let him say one effing thing.
I could be the funniest mother in the room and you guys ain't going to laugh, are you? You guys really suck. What's that? This so blows. You guys are horrible. You guys are absolutely horrible. All right,
You guys want Voss back? Fine. You'll get f***ing Voss back. You.
Listen to the crowd cheer as he walks off stage.
Big applause there.
Wow. Billy Staples. You wouldn't think you'd be so happy to see Rich Voss again that quick, huh? This just turned from the Red Bank Theater to the White Apollo.
Listen to Voss working that same horrible crowd.
Unbelievable. Billy, you don't want to just try a few more? Do two more, them. He's going to do two. I've just been told I got to do another 20 minutes. Hey, come on, hold on.
Why would you say that?
Well, because
they were cheering again as you were coming back up.
It's very misleading what you're hearing on there, because it was just
the fact that it's the actual recorded truth.
It was the little bit of cheering. It was probably more that Rich was back than it was the fact that I was come back, or they were just appreciating my balls. The fact that I'd show up there again and come back out there.
You already flashed your man teats. Maybe they are appreciating your balls.
I mean, the fact that I went back out there after that brutal beating I took, and I went back out there, that showed a lot of guts, and I'm proud of myself. Balls.
Now, why did you leave the stage, though, like Mary Catherine Gallagher? You're horrible! You're horrible!
That's funny. All right, let's go back to the tape.
All right, Billy's back on stage now.
Let's go back to the accident.
At Cal Pacey Theater, thanks to the urging of Rich Voss.
Let me ask the ladies a question here tonight. Ladies, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it as honestly and quickly as you can. Ladies, does size matter?
All right, let's stop there. First of all, we told you should stop asking questions every time you want to do a joke. You ever see the principal is going to ask the kids questions over and over? The president, is he going to constantly keep asking questions, or is he going to state things?
Okay, so an error in judgment on that part.
We told you before you took this gig, when we couldn't talk you out of it, don't work the crowd. Don't try to go one-on-one in the crowd.
See, I wasn't trying to go one-on-one. I was trying to go one-en-masse, like in general. Now, I wasn't singling out one specific person, and that's a misunderstanding on my part, and I misread that.
All right, now let's go back to this now.
All right, and you've asked the question. You've broken that rule, but you've gotten a favorable response from the ladies at this point.
They're cheering.
They've all yelled yes to your question. Let's see what you do with it.
Holy we got a lot of sluts here tonight. Anybody doesn't think size matters?
All right, stop. Why would you yell that at the audience? And did you hear almost a gasp?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's one of those ones, again, where it blew up in my face, where it usually doesn't. It's usually, again, it comes to the fact it was a big room, and that was a mistake. Usually when it's more one-on-one, it's funnier.
Why are you doing your act one-on-one? How bad are your gigs if it's just you and an audience member?
And Ma.
So,
Cliff Clavin.
I have the feeling that most of the time that he's doing his humor for hitchhikers that he's picked up.
Or the people tied up in his cellar.
Don't do that, Billy.
No, and this is not a true representation of the comedian that I am, so.
But you had the crowd, and then you lost the crowd. Had the crowd, lost the crowd. In a split second.
You screwed the pooch. You literally bent it over and screwed the pooch.
Gus Grissom. With Eric S. Grissom, watch.
You're the Gus Grissom of comedy. That thing exploded on the launch pad. God. And then Norton came out and went to the moon.
Right.
Yep. Now they were ready to laugh at that point.
Yes. They were ready to laugh when they bought a ticket to a comedy show.
And now, Billy, you can actually answer this charge yourself, because Ronnie and I have had to deal with this for a week now. Why did you do Dave Attell's joke
It's
there?
not Dave Attell's joke. I've been doing that joke for almost 5 years when I was really heavy. So, Dave Attell only did that recently.
So he stole your joke.
I'm not saying that. There are times when people write the same joke.
All right, but here's the thing. Have you ever heard whoever gets the joke to TV first owns it, right?
I didn't know he did it on TV. I only heard about it when I called in last week. I never knew he did it on TV.
Apparently, every other person knows because that's one of their big problems with you.
Mm-hmm.
That your jokes can be traced back all over the place.
Look.
You're like roots of jokes.
I wish the Anthrax letters were that traceable.
You can call me unfunny, call me unprofessional.
Unfunny and professional.
But one thing I do not do is steal material. You don't write and sell jokes to Jay Leno and Dennis Miller and, professionals and have it used and get paid
What
for.
joke did you write for Dennis Miller?
Oh, I don't know. A few of them way back when he had on his HBO special.
Hey, Buffalo. You don't remember the joke that he did on the HBO special?
No, it was an Al D'Amato joke, actually, when he was a senator.
Ronnie, you don't remember when Dennis Miller came out on that HBO special and said, "Hey, babe, what were you expecting, Fabio?"
No, shut the F up, sweethearts. You're looking at the Gus Grissom of comedy. I got that from Staplelicious. Staples, it's Danny. Give me some gold.
I need some more of the Fabio stuff.
Fabio, I call it fabulous. All right, let's get back to the abortion. At this point, I think they'd split the fetus.
Hey, anybody doesn't think size matter? Girls, where are you? See, you guys don't get it. You guys just don't get it. I'm talking size. You guys ain't giving me a chance, are you? Get right here.
Now, let's stop that.
That's where you grabbed yourself.
That's when you were shaking your little deek.
That's a blackout because I don't remember that. I don't remember doing that, and this is just hearing this right now. It was just probably a defense.
You black out even when you're sober. That's so awful.
All right, what was the joke? Because I didn't get it listening to it. You kept screaming at the audience, "You just don't even get it. You just don't even get it." What was the joke?
Oh, it's
about size.
No, it's a whole long thing. It's very visual, and it won't work, in this or there.
We saw the tape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so we still didn't get it.
I don't know.
No. Well, you'll have to come see it sometime.
Well, what does it mean?
It's just a play on the word size. Instead of size, everyone thinks size, meaning,
girth?
No. Yeah, like an organ.
Okay, all right.
But I just I turn it around to a weight joke.
Oh.
So
I still don't get it. All right. So now at this point, you've practically turned into the neighborhood brat that everyone picks on.
Well,
you guys are going to give me a chance. At this point, I'm expecting the dead arm run off the stage, where your hands are your arms aren't moving, but your hands are going back and forth.
No, I stayed up there. I didn't go running anywhere until it was time.
Are you sure? There he goes. All right, let's see if this thing is just about done.
So what? No tomatoes? No. Where are you, pussies? All this. Thank you so much. You've been so kind.
I didn't know these animals were to do this. Billy Staples walking off like a pumpkin. Billy Staples. He's a good friend, and you know what? That's going to be a long drive home to Long Island.
Well, he never made it, Rich. He went over the state line into PA. Billy.
It didn't go as I planned.
Really? Really, Gus?
Yeah, it was in my head. Everything was going perfect. I had all the jokes timed, and it's just like went out there, and it all just went down the crapper pretty quick.
Do you honestly feel in your heart of hearts that you prepared as well as you could have?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
You think that material was theater quality?
Without a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. I was out every chance I had, every free moment I had before that. I was doing spots somewhere. I was ready to go. Like I said, you don't walk on stage if you don't have the confidence. And I walked on that stage and I said, you know what? I'm going to blow this room away. And whoa, what a shock that, when that happens. And then that sudden realization, it's like, oh God, I'm totally effed.
Confidence or delusional?
Probably at this point, a little of both.
Sure. Now your next step, that's going to be for you to watch the videotape with us in the other room.
It's more than I can handle because I can't go through with it.
The unbleep version.
Here's Joey. Joey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Joey. Joey.
Manson is funny. Berkowitz is not. I think Billy's got this issue where he makes up material and he thinks it's funny, and it's just not funny. He's just got to work on it, dig deeper on it. And I think he really needs to get a coach together, someone to coach him along, help him build his confidence and work on his material with him.
Vince Lombardi could not coach this guy.
Do you want a comedy coach, Billy?
No, I've been doing this long enough. I'm past the coach stage.
Have you ever had a coach? That's the question. Have you ever done a class or a coach or a mentor or someone?
Have you ever seen Coach on Cheers?
Of course. Yeah, these whole classes things are a ripoff. The comedy classes, and you get a spot at Caroline's. Woohoo! Just get up there and do it.
No, I'm talking about like a comic. There's a lot of comics out there that had a lot of people as their mentors. Look at Adam Ferrara, had Robert Schimmel.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Who's your mentor? Shecky Green?
Who's your mentor? Paul Bond?
No. Paulie's a good friend. That's just about it. Paulie and I work a lot together, so.
Who else wears orange?
You and Paulie remind me of Chuck and Buck. Have you seen that movie, Fez?
Yes, I have.
That's the greatest movie of all time.
It's been on cable, and I ended up having to watch it because of Chuck and Billy in the WWE.
It's a hysterical movie. Guy has said that when Billy was walking out there, he was imagining that the crowd had the same response as the teacher from A Christmas Story. A plus 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 plus.
Oh, Billy.
What can I say?
Sorry. Should you write another?
No.
Apology?
My apology stands by itself.
It is great. Your apologies are the best. I want you to write your own eulogy.
All right, I can do that.
Which, again, is going to be all apologies.
Well, then I'll have a lifetime of things to apologize for. This was just a week. So I have no problem with that.
With writing your own eulogy?
Yeah, well, no one else could do it justice.
You're getting grandiose again.
No, it's just that no one knows my life as well as I do, and who better to, surmise it all up?
No one knows everything that needs to be apologized for, I guess.
Only me and my therapist.
Oh, God. Have you talked to your therapist since this happened?
She was screaming at him from the front row. Last time he saw his therapist, she was yelling, "A-hole! A-hole!"
No, she was not there, thank you. No, and I haven't seen her yet. I don't see her till this week.
Oh, yeah, no business being out there! No business!
That's his therapist.
Dennis, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dennis.
Big ass card 23753.
Hooah! What can we do for you, Dennis?
Listen, Billy should join like an improv class.
He should join an improved class.
He can get used to thinking on his feet. That's why you can't handle hecklers.
Dude, I started my own improv group. We had it for 5 years. We had our own weekly show with Governors in Levittown.
Weekly? How was that spelled?
On every Wednesday night.
W-E-A-K-L-Y.
Not at all. I started
you gotta get used to handling hecklers. Because, it seems comedy is hard. But it seems fair enough because everybody sort of seems to be dealing with the same kind of thing. And unless you get the thing with the hecklers down, you'll never succeed, man.
Getting chased by Sandman doesn't mean you're in an improv group.
You guys roll. Later.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dennis. Billy, I want to hook you up with some mentors, someone who has more stage presence than you, and someone who's written better comedy than you. I'm going to have you meet with Martian and Friday Fright at least 2 times a week and see if they can help you with your act.
Here's Johnny. Johnny, you're on Ron and Fez. Johnny.
I think the only way he could have blown them away if he had bent over and farted. Other than that, I think a chicken across the road joke probably would have been funnier. my God.
He wrote that first.
Oh, for who? Jay Leno?
Yes.
I mean, you know what? Don't call me a thief.
To get to the other side, babe. Hey, Chicken Man, where you going?
We got to go.
That's
I
it
wish
for
we had
us.
another 4 hours. Hopefully, Loveline will pick this up next.
Forward them the tape.
Thank you, everybody, for all the kind things you're writing in. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock right after O&A.
See ya.